Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Goglings, Gogorifics, and Gog peoples of the world. Boy, did I miss hearing that music and that video, seeing that video. It has been a while, y'all. It's actually been over 2 months since we played last because of just a strange series of unfortunate events, to as Lemony Snickets would say. It was a whole series of things. But we're back. We have got Ghosts of Saltmarsh going for you. We are back, and we have some exciting times ahead for this crew. I am not at liberty to talk more about it yet, but I will say that we are closing in on a couple of big announcements regarding this crew that you will not want to miss. So welcome, everybody, to Pen and Pixels, episode 418, and welcome to Ghosts of Saltmarsh. Today, The Ghost Ship. I am your host, Arvin Elleron. This is the show that focuses on story and narrative in games every Tuesday from either 4 to 7 p.m. or 4:15 to 7:15 p.m. Eastern. As I say, focusing on story and narrative in games. And today we have got D&D with GOG, Ghosts of Saltmarsh, making its triumphant return. Before we go any further, just a couple of quick reminders. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to follow us here on GOG.com's Twitch channel. If you have not done so already, please make sure to check out as well and subscribe to us here on the GOG.com Twitch channel. You can get those custom sub badges and emotes to use here, there, and everywhere across Twitch. And if you have not done so already, please consider as well clicking through and checking out our individual channels, because we all have our own individual Patreons and subsystems and cool stuff like that, which we would love to be able to share with all of you as well. Again, I've been playing a lot of Sovereign Syndicate. Really had a good time with that. But we have now got some tabletop play coming in at long last. And so I'm going to unmute myself and apologize unreservedly to those that I may have interrupted because I couldn't hear them. And then I'm going to unmute both them and Firefox because I heard that someone was rolling some dice during the video. I heard the possibility of that happening. It reminded me of being in bands with guitar players where like between songs, no guitar player in the world can just not play. They just have to be constantly noodling all the time. And last but certainly not least, head over to reveal to you the amazing, incredible crew is here. It's true. Do not adjust your television sets. They are here. And I am very excited to have them with us. Once again, it is the D&D with GOG crew for Ghosts of Saltmarsh. I will start with the person right below me, who, as you can see, is coming to us live from Germany's famous oceans. Everyone knows about that. And that, of course, is the amazing Pyron Jade. It's good to see you, Pyron. How are you doing? How's everything hanging in there for you? And who are you playing this evening?
Hello, I am so very, very happy that we're playing tonight. I'm just like, I would say I'm giddy even, which is a good word.
That's good.
I managed to injure my ear over the Easter weekend because, things were just going well. So if you see me like going there and I apologize, it doesn't look good, but I'm trying my very best here. Um, and yeah, and I'm actually living near the sea, so well, not that close to the sea, but in a geographical sense, I'm living near the sea, and so this is actually something that I know and that I love. So
Oh, that's good.
it's a really nice background. And I'm playing Waves Crashing Against Rock tonight, and if not, if, or how their name is.
There it is.
And they are a Kenko Paladin, and we're currently approaching a ghost ship type of ship. And I'm very excited how that will go for everyone.
It should be fine. You all assume it's a ghost ship. It may just be a completely abandoned, derelict ship with no issues and no problems at all. And you just go down, find the thing you came for, and leave. Maybe it's just
You just described a literal ghost ship, right?
It's a derelict ship, and there's no undead haunting the halls. I mean, maybe.
And today on the most boring Dungeons and Dragons adventure,
An actual ghost ship.
What happened? Nothing. We just got
Nothing.
the thing. Literally nothing.
With a plank
happened.
of wood in the water.
Oh
Some
god.
nice architecture.
I love what they've done with this. Anyway, it's always a pleasure to have Pyre and Jade with us, and genuinely, Pyre and I hope you enjoyed tonight, as I'm sure that you will. Moving right along to the awesome and amazing, right across the way on our little set of squares, Mike Smith is with us. Peripheral Mike, also known. Wholesome Horror Gaming, also known. It's good to see you, Mike. How's everything going, my friend? How are you? How's life in your neck of the woods? And who are you playing this evening?
I'm doing great. I'm doing properly great. I'm so excited to play. We've not played in ages for various reasons.
2.5
Loads
months.
of stuff has happened. I know, right? Loads of stuff has happened. My PC's exploded. That's another story. That's being fixed soon. But I've ghetto shantytown fixed together with some gaffer tape and some spare cables, a setup so we can play. And I even said at one point, I'm like, best case scenario is no one will know the difference. Worst case scenario is I'll just roll actual dice. I'll just physically roll dice and just like point my phone camera at the actual dice itself. But I'm so excited to be playing. Character-wise, I'm going to be playing Silvo, who is our Aberrant Mind Sorcerer. So think of like an edgy teen kind of emo elf who doesn't really have a handle on his magic yet, but kind of just is in it for the adventure ride at the moment. And we'll see what happens when he steps aboard this definitely not haunted, not inhabited ship.
Yeah, no, not in any way troubling in any sense. I'm sorry about the PC stuff, but you will come back even stronger and greater than before. I have no doubt.
Over 9,000.
And over 9,000. That's true.
What's going to cost me? Anyway,
every time you start your stream, you're going to have to do that. Just Anyway, it is a great pleasure to have Mike with us as always. It's also a great pleasure to have, as we move diagonally down to the left, the awesome and amazing Darksaber 2K with us, who as always is taken to us. By the way, Chad, in case you're curious, Saber does actually live in a watch factory, so that's actually directly taken from.
I look after the clock tower for Dracula.
Yeah. Well, that's true.
That's
Oh
my
man,
job.
I want to hear metal covers of da 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 da.
Oh, there's loads.
Oh man. It's good stuff. It's a great pleasure to have Saber with us. Saber, thank you as always for Move On and Dashboard, as I always say. How's life with you in the clock tower? And who are you playing tonight?
Oh no, things have been really, really good. It's had some fun multiplayer sessions. Let's say Pyron and I and Quadralian from my community had some good Grim Dawn fun the other day.
Good stuff.
We're trying to schedule some more of that, I think. We've got some very good characters that were working very well together. I was like Captain America in shields around and summoning the dead. Pyron was smacking things with a giant mace and lightning. And then we just had fireballs and lightning from Quad, and it was all very, very fun. Do play those sorts of games in co-op. They are worth it.
Yeah. I like Grim Dawn,
Absolutely.
but I think you're right. Co-op is better. I have actually never played Borderlands 2. And I was like, yeah, I like those games co-op. And it was Terry Tunes I was playing with earlier today. Was like, no, it's all about co-op. You need to play Borderlands 2 co-op. And I'm like, I'll twist my arm. So anyway, the co-op thing is good stuff. Who are you playing this evening, though?
This evening, very happy to be back with Morthwin Gogonians, Dwarven artillerist at your service.
That's right. And I am sure that there will be no need of your mobile cannon that you bring along with you. I'm sure that won't be solar
Maybe
powered.
not the fire one, eh?
Right, exactly. It didn't work again. Damn it! Like the whole thing's just covered in water. But it's going to be great. I'm excited for Saber to be with us, and I'm also, as always, excited to have the awesome and amazing Ananda with us. Good to see you, Ananda. Before I ask you how you're doing, most importantly, how's the puppy doing? How is everything going? Not a puppy anymore. Now a teen dog. How's your teen dog doing, and who are you playing tonight?
She's full teenager. She's 16 months old now. She was spayed a few weeks ago. It went really well. She had a laparoscopy, so keyhole surgery, and recovered really quickly. And now she's full of beans and back to teenage antics. And she's decided the last couple of streams that we've done on for D&D that her evening routine is not to be disrupted. So she's in the kitchen at the moment. But yeah, really good. Thank you very much. I am ticking along myself, like trying to shoehorn in streams between job hunting and all the other shenanigans that life throws at you. But yeah, tonight I'm really looking forward to getting back to Saltmarsh. We are in exciting times, and as a water genasi fighter pirate in the sea towards a ghost ship.
I mean, yeah, like really. I should have just named this Brian's Dream level is what I should have named this.
I'm in my element.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
ticking boxes.
Literally in your element, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, really looking forward to tonight.
Good stuff. I am excited to have Ananda with us and the whole crew. It's genuinely great to have these awesome people and good friends back. So let's get started, folks. Let me head over to the map to reveal to you, and you may be saying to yourself, "What, Harv? There's nothing there to be found." That's where you're wrong, because what happened in our last session was that this group of people, and I feel like Inigo from Princess Bride. It's too much. Let me sum up. The basics here are as follows. The group has been brought together through fate and circumstance in the coastal town of Saltmarsh. And there are a lot of things going on in Saltmarsh, a lot of political intrigue among various factions within the group, and also rumblings in the sea and the coastland beyond. And one of those things has to do with the possible invasion, or at least the attack upon the coastal towns and cities by the Sahuagin, who to this point have been largely scattered and leaderless, but now are brought together under some banner, and it's not clear as to who is sort of controlling them or what, but something has brought them all together. And so the party has begun the painstaking task of bringing together everybody into an alliance. Sounds good. The problem is you got to get the humans, and I am going to talk here specifically about humans who are the problem here, not dwarves, not genasi, not Kenku, not anybody else, okay? The problem, certainly not elves. The issue here is really the humans, who are, as per usual, as is the case with every council and every role-playing game ever, screwing things up by not believing the party early enough, or at least by not having enough loyalty to them. And so the suggestion has been made by Anders Solomor and by others that something needs to be done to basically bring more of these people on side. And one of the ways to do that was, the party felt, going and dealing with a situation of a silver mine, which was haunted. What they ended up discovering there was that, it was definitely haunted, and more than that, there were spiders, there were terrible things all over the place, and the party did manage to, if not clear the area, at least gather a lot of information about it, because one of the things that had led to these undead entering this place over and over again was coming from the sea, and a quick search in the sea discovered the second thing the party had been asked to do, and that was to go find a derelict ship known as the Emperor of the Waves. This ship had been missing for many, actually years, and then suddenly has appeared out of nowhere, so it seems, just riding on the shore. And I think I have... Let me make sure if I do. I thought I had a picture of it, but give me a second here. We have this. Yes, I do. Let me show this to everybody. And let me see. No, it should be. Oh, right. And then it's over there. Hold on a second. Right. Sorry, I got too many windows.
Look at the size of that monster.
There we go. So yes, That is the ship that the party saw. And as I'm sure you all would agree, chat, there's no problem here. This in no way suggests that there's any issue whatsoever. The party saw this ship and the rowboat that you can see that's scaled properly. That's the party sort of heading in. And so saw this ship, and before boarding it on a reconnaissance mission of sorts, they sent Brian to see if there was anything visible to Brian below the waterline and in the hull. What Brian was able to discover is that there are actually large sort of holes and battering areas, as if something has attacked this ship from below the waterline. So we're not talking cannon blasts from above, we're talking something attacking from below. Some enormous creature of some kind, presumably, although who knows what exactly that is. In the meantime, Brian was able to notice, and certainly Morthwill was able to notice, that this boat itself looked as if it was not much longer for this world, at least not much longer for the sea, that it looks like it's likely to sink in the not too distant future. And when the party itself finally got onto the main deck, they saw a number of dark stains there, and the dark stains both Brian and Morthwill were able to discover were, sorry, it was not Morthwill who noticed this, it was Brian and Silvo. What they were able to notice that these were blood stains and relatively recent. And that was where we ended with the cliffhanger of all cliffhangers several months ago. And so as I fire up some music here, let me see. We're looking at Ocean Voyage. Sounds right.
What was the name of the ship again?
How about some Haunted Cemetery?
Emperor of the Waves.
Let me just put on Corrupted Innocence. Sorry, what were you saying? No, yes, it's
the name
Emperor
of
the Waves. It's the name is Emperor of the Waves.
Sorry,
Yes.
I want to use my brand new notebook.
No, it's totally fine.
Ooh.
A dragon on it, because you're never too old for drag. God damn it!
No, absolutely.
It's too reflects, too shiny, but yeah.
That's one of the
it's got
cool
this nice
alchemy.
embossed
Is that one of the cool alchemy gothic notebooks that we could never afford when we were teenagers, and now we have adult money?
Yes, that sort of thing. Exactly
Yeah,
right.
excellent.
Knit one play. You were glad we had a recap. I forgot about it. Yeah, like, don't be lonely. With as many campaigns as I run, I was kind of like, what the hell are we doing? And then I did, in prepping for this before, figured out what we were doing. So that is where we are at. And so I am going to bring us over to nothing proves more like people are here as opposed to being in a new map. So let me bring you over there. And let me bring you down to where we are. Let's hope I did this properly. Ah, yes, I did. Okay. So I'm going to see if I can shrink this down.
The creepy music again.
You make the
I'm
most
slightly disappointed you
the
didn't.
creepy
I am
music.
slightly disappointed it wasn't the song I've been annoying everyone with every time thought we were doing the ghost ship.
Oh,
we're doing the ghost ship, and I just post the same song.
yeah. That's true. That's true. No, I did not do that. But I wanted to make sure I stopped every sound on Roll20 so that you didn't get that thing you had for months where I was just playing the same music in the background. So now we're all back to normal.
I'm just glad you found it, because that was like
I know
years of it. And I couldn't track it down, and nobody else could hear it. It was really weird.
No, it
We
really.
were clubbing together for some therapy for you, I'll be honest with you. At the end of it.
No wonder you do wholesome horror at this point, Mike. But all right. So
Got
if
some wholesome horror right here.
if the lovely folks would be so kind as to bring tokens, drag their tokens onto here, I think you should be able to do that. If not, I'll help. But I think you should be able
See a
to.
token, but I might need to zoom out.
No, from your character sheet. Or do you not have that?
How do I do that from character sheet?
So from your character sheet, if you let me go over to where the journals are. If you
Maybe
literally,
they've added some new bits.
if you literally go over to, I guess it's, where the heck is it? It's actually characters. Journal. Yeah, if you go over to your journal,
okay.
yeah. Oh, but that may not have. Yeah, that may not have the more recent one. One thing we should think about, this is not, we don't have to do this now, but later on, if you, in your character sheet, associate your character sheet with a token, then you can drag the character sheet onto a page and it will put the token there instead.
Sorry, you're speaking in DM. I don't understand this.
So the character sheet on Roll20.
Yes.
If
Oh, it worked.
On it.
Yeah, on the character sheet on Roll20,
There's two me's.
you should be able to edit it. And if you go to the little picture that's, I don't know, top left of the sheet or something, you can make that associated with a token that's on the page. So let me see if this time I'm going to bring over your tokens for you so you can see.
See, I've appeared
Now
as
I
like a
have to
little
find the
square
picture
version
again.
of my art.
Right, because I think because that's not associated with it. So I'll show you what I mean. If you go,
I don't.
yeah.
No, I'm happy using that as my token, to be fair.
There are your actual tokens.
Yeah,
So if
so-
you click on if you go into your character sheet on which should be on Roll20, and then there should be at the top, I don't know where it is, left or something. I can't open it right now for some reason. You should be able to see a picture, like something about your profile, and you should be able to click on the little portrait thing, and you should be able to click on the token then that you want, and that should associate it with the character sheet, so that going forward, anytime you go to a new page, you drag the character onto it, and it will be the token that pops up.
Got it.
Yeah.
Found
Sorry.
it. It's the edit button on the right.
That,
the right
yeah,
top
that's
corner.
exactly what I was missing. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Default token. There we go.
I also need to show you that I accidentally, for one moment, was when I was trying to figure this out, I did this. Let me see if it works. Can I do it? Yeah. And I put... It's from another campaign that I didn't even end up using.
That's kind of cute.
I was like, that's cute, but it's literally
That's not cute anymore.
It's nothing to do with anything that we're doing. So
That's not cute anymore.
Yeah.
Let's
Is it a
stop being
dragon
cute.
mouse?
Let's stop being cute 20 feet ago.
It's a husky phase beast. Not that I was thinking about the University of Connecticut Huskies in the Final Four of the NCAA tournament. Go Huskies. Not at all. It was just a husky phase beast. That's all. Anyway, so let me know if you were able to do that.
Looks like it's worked for me.
Okay. Do you want-
So which side of the ship did we come up on?
Yeah, don't it?
There you go. Perfect. Yeah, and I'm going to delete your other one so that we have that. Now you can move it around. Yeah. Perfect.
Look at
I've
us.
been eaten.
Ah, Mom.
I'm bad at Pac-Man.
Arms of Hadar.
Okay, cool. So now as far as what side of the ship, so I believe that you came on from the starboard side, which is over on this side. I believe you came up there.
I had notes about that.
Yes, please. Give your notes.
What you do?
Right, Apache and inane.
I'd written down that because of the heavy damage to the upper decks that seemed to be from a typhoon or a tidal wave, the ship was listing to port, so to the left, like something had slammed into it. But also on the rear of the ship, there was a massive dent with a pattern of the cracks that it was attacked by a large sea creature. So we decided to enter from the port side because it was closer to the water.
I beg your pardon. Then that would be over here. But either way, that would be over on this side. Either way, it would be the same. The stairs, by the way, the only reason I have that blocked off at the moment is that you are on so if you've been in a ship, you will know that those stairs lead up to the prow and the bow and the stern of the ship, right? The front and the rear of the ship. And so you can't see those from your vantage point. So you would need to climb up the stairs here or here to be able to get to the front or the rear of the ship. And I'll describe what you've described is the case. The upper decks of the Emperor, so you're on the main deck here, are sloping towards the ship's port side, and I believe it's the forecastle and quarterdeck are empty, and so that's here and here. Sorry, beg your pardon. I'm doing that completely wrong. The top of the deck, basically, is what I'm saying. I am right. I'm right. Never mind. I know what I'm doing. Here and here, for those. So those are that way, and all that is left of the ship's masts, which you can see in the middle, those things that look like sort of debris, that's what's left of the ship's masts. Like there's basically just a bunch of fallen down and crumbled masts with like little bits of cloth for the sail. There is one or two of the sort of back, the mast on the front and the rear of the ship have those sails that you see in the picture that are badly tattered and so on. But the main mast here in the middle is just basically disintegrated practically. There are doors leading to cabins here and also one door here. You don't know what's in there, but that's leading to the cabins there. They should be. And there's also a metal grate in the deck here, which seems to offer access to the bottom deck, one of the bottom decks, presumably. And other than the rhythmic creak of the ship's badly weathered timbers, all seems quiet. And I already mentioned the fact that there are the deck has these blood stains, which you would guess to be a few days old, basically.
I'd also written that in my investigation under the water that it seemed like the cabins were intact.
Right.
Um, okay, I'm gonna turn to the others and say, should we look around?
Well, fresh blood stains, that's not ominous in the slightest.
Morthwell
be
was going to
quick.
start pulling out his this is a deep cut, his little magic detection box. Remember that with the
Ooh.
crystals and things that
Oh,
went on
God,
Christmas
yes.
Yeah,
tree?
yeah, your little
And
magic
little-
EMF reader.
My detect magic device, yes, because I'm going to cast detect magic at first level.
Excellent.
Okay.
So, concentration spell for up to 10 minutes.
Mhm.
I can sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of me. And I can use my action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic and learn its school of magic, if any. Can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Anybody got any lead?
Unfortunately, this is the
I don't want to
Emperor of
mess
the
up the
Lead.
reading. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to go off on the 4th of July.
It's the
I'll
Emperor of
cast
the
a
Lead
spell.
Waves. Yes, I can say that you do not sense, other than maybe from your companions, you don't sense any
Hello.
magic, obviously. I should say that these are 5-foot squares, incidentally, that you're looking at. But you don't sense anything, at least to the front and the rear of the ship, from what you can tell. There may be some possible magic that's lower than this, but presumably this ship this size would have a couple of decks, might have a couple of decks in it, you would think, and that would be more than 30 feet lower, than this, presumably.
Yeah. It was like,
So.
possibly something magical below us, but I think I'm getting some interference from the wood.
I can look below the waterline, even inside the ship. Maybe we should start at the top and work our way down, or should I start at the bottom and work our way up?
I was thinking maybe the captain's quarters might have a log.
I mean, that seems like the most sensible idea.
We
I'm
could
gonna
stick
look
that
over-
in the bag of holding, and we've got proof that we've been here and seen this.
Which
Brian,
we
is
need back
where
at
is the captain's quarters normally? Is it up or down?
Somewhere around the poop deck.
I mean, I'm assuming as a pirate, I know where the captain's quarters would normally be on a ship.
Yeah, under normal circumstances, you would expect to see something like that. Usually, maybe one level. Well, there's 2 possibilities. It can either be 1 level down, usually, from the sort of main deck. But there are also times where the captain or the navigator's quarters, sometimes they're different, could be on this top deck. The navigator's quarters is almost certainly up here, because that's, the navigator needs to be close by so that the navigator can get up to the wheel and navigate when need be. But that can also sometimes be the captain's quarters as well. You're pretty sure it's not 2 floors down, at least you don't think so. But you're not 100% sure whether it would be in one of these rooms to the north or the south, as I'm looking at it, to the front or the rear, or if it's down below a floor.
Rear's to the south again, yeah? Rear of the ship.
Yes, thank God.
Okay. The blunty bit, not the pointy bit.
Yeah. I can't stand it when they do maps differently. So yes.
Would I be able to, whilst people are trying to discern where the captain's quarters are, just have a quick look down this grate?
Absolutely. So you can see already as you look in there, actually without even a check, that there is a ladder that is extending downwards towards a lower deck, for sure. You also note that there is some rust around the outside of the grate at the moment, but you definitely see a ladder there.
Can I kneel and lean down and take a closer look? Because I've got dark vision. So
That is doing that. That was assuming you were doing
doing
that.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't see anything. Do I see anything moving, or do I
Not
see
at
anything
the
shiny?
Not at the
or-
moment. You'd need to pull the grate off probably, or remove it,
Oh,
or
no,
like
no.
open it if you were going to see more.
100% not doing that.
But you do see the ladder.
Okay. I'm gonna go over. Yeah.
Okay. What about waves? What are you looking at the moment?
Waves is looking around and maybe like scratching the wooden floor a little bit with her claws, but they think that going to the captain's quarters is a good idea. Just waiting until somebody moves. I mean,
Sorry to interrupt. Did I, in our last session, I had a question about the vision I saw in that scrying stone about a ship being pulled under the waves.
Yep.
Do you remember? Does anybody remember if I shared that with the group?
You did, because Morthwell was kind of dismissing it as the ship's already been attacked.
Awesome,
Yep.
excellent, thank you.
well, and Wave will just tilt their head to the side and say,
The ship is ours!
I'm not sure.
It's
this
a
is
bit of a
ship you
fixer-upper,
want.
I'm afraid. I don't think I got enough wood in the bag.
Oh man.
That's
This
not a
isn't sailing.
euphemism.
This is sinking with style at this point.
It's not even with style at this point, mate.
Well, we're not underwater yet.
Well,
so
to
I
be
don't
fair,
know.
I mean, there's way worse wrecks we could go down in. Just saying. And I stumped my foot. It's like solid construction, I think.
No, don't do that.
How old do we think the ship is?
The ship is a substantial number of years old, you would think. The original, I believe they had talked about the original ship had disappeared a few years ago and was originally built probably about 10 years ago. In fact, Morthwell, you know what? You can make a history check for me, and you might be able to, and I'll let you do this. I can't do it at advantage. I'll let you do this at +3 because of your status as a shipwright who's done work on this stuff before.
Sweet, because I actually am proficient in history.
Outstanding.
Well, I got 11.
You're like, I've heard of wooden ships, and this is one of them.
Yeah, this is
one
the
of them ship
most
things.
boat I've been on in a while.
Yeah, but I mean, even without that knowledge, you would say that this is the ship is probably 10 to 15 years old, and as I say, the ship itself looks to be kind of is pretty messed up and appeared after having gone missing for several years. So.
Hey, the blood concerns me.
Yep.
Which direction does the blood lead? Does it lead towards the door I've decided to look at?
Ooh, good. I'm going to move back here. Good question.
That's a good question. They do not lead anywhere in particular. There are a lot of what you would describe as splatter marks, some of which suggest dropped, and some of which suggest some of which suggest slammed to the deck.
Bit of an Oprah Din moment.
Yes, pretty much everyone needs to go.
That's what it reminds me of.
If you're
Thank
watching the
you.
VOD,
Right?
yeah. If you're watching the VOD, stop this game, play all of Return of Obra Dinn, then come back and
It's so good.
pretty much it is great.
so
yeah.
good.
Spectacular.
Available on GOG.
Yep, it's great.
Excellent plug. Excellent. Mwah, perfect.
Okay, well, the blood's not lit.
Not now, Nit. This is live. Later.
Okay. No.
Everyone logs off.
Why have our numbers dropped to 0?
Our numbers are dropped, but Oprah Din is selling really well.
Yeah, that's
Really
true.
well all of a sudden. We haven't even got a sale on.
This is for the VOD. The VOD. Okay. Anyway.
Well, Morthwell was going to investigate this door to the rear of the ship.
Okay.
His reasoning is that's generally where you find some sort of, at least administrative hub of the ship is usually there in his experience.
That seems reasonable.
It seems reasonable.
Silver's next to you right now. So are you going to are you sort of like looking like you're going to open this door?
I'm going to listen at the door.
I'm gonna back up Morthwell and Silvo.
He's just like,
Because-
let me just get this image in your head. He's trying to look as serious as possible with his crossbow, and he just looks at you, just dead ass, like, I got you covered. Don't worry.
I know neither of them are particularly squishy, but I am literally standing behind them.
He's trying to take it
Silver,
really
I'm just
serious.
like, I'm just glad you're taller than me.
Okay, so perception check then, please, if you were listening at the door.
Okay, perception. Oof. This is not my lucky color after all.
Yeah.
Change the color.
You hear mostly again just these creaking of the timbers of the ship, basically underneath.
Oh, if no one stops him, Morthal's going to try the door handle.
The door is in fact unlocked. And when you open the door, although it's maybe slightly swollen from water, but not the way that it was in the mine, not nearly that badly. When you open this up, you see the following. This is the part where my friend trying to be like, your doom. Exactly. Yeah. Your own doom. Okay.
Oh, we found the garbage dump.
Yeah, it seems like it. What you see in front of you here, as I bring chat over to that. Let me reduce. Hold on a second. Let me
Nothing like a bit of trash diving.
let me move this over here. Okay. What you see in here is not just trash though. There is a rough stone, what can only be described as as I pull up my proper window, and that's not it. There we go. Is what can only be described as a rough stone altar, which dominates this cabin. There are strange markings that are covering its surface, and dried mud cakes the floor around it. And there are humanoid skulls that are ringing the wall above it, each one mounted on a wooden spike. The corners of this room are piled with garbage and debris. There are crudely cut wooden logs, there's smashed furniture, torn sacks, shattered crates, and small piles of dried palm fronds. And there is a staircase descending from the southeast corner. And as you open the door, an acrid odor fills your nostrils, Morthwill.
Sadly, this is not the smell test campaign.
Yes, this would appear to, in fact, not be the captain's quarters.
It might have been at one time.
I don't know. I didn't get invited there.
Can I see over Morthwill's shoulders?
I think so.
As a pirate.
Hey!
Well, just like there was nothing about your diminutive size. It was just the fact that I'm tall. And see if I know anything about the markings on the stone altar.
You would have to get into the room to look at the altar to see that. But definitely this does not look like... One thing you can tell even from here, this was not on the ship to begin with, or at least it wasn't in this room. It's not made of the same material. But more than that, you'd have to see by coming up to it.
Who brings a whole stone altar onto a ship? The people who nicked Stonehenge.
Cultists. That's who does that, cultists.
Or, stonemasons transporting their stone masonry.
With their victims around it on sticks.
Knit One Play Two in chat claims this was their ship. So,
This is your ship. Oh, okay.
KP is a very good friend of mine. I don't doubt it for a second. She's a genius, but yeah, I would imagine the stone altars are also in there. Can I go in the room and have a look?
Sure. So you come into the room. Go ahead and move your token in there, and then what are you looking for on the? You said you were looking at the altar specifically.
I'm looking at the altar specifically. I would like to see if I can understand any markings on the altar or what its purpose is.
I would like you to make, please, a religion check for me.
Okay. $19.
Damn.
You remember, Brian, in your wanderings across the oceans and the seas, you remember having... did we lose somebody?
I believe the Mac cam strikes again. If I remember right, doesn't that shut down every so often? It's been a while since it's happened, but he hasn't used this in ages.
That's right. So give me a second so that I can actually have you on camera, because I think Mike just accidentally disconnected from us. Bear with us just one moment, Chad.
Mike's running on a scuff rig at the moment because of his PC problems.
Yes. That is the case. Okay. I'm just waiting to...
I think I've got mine resolved to the point I may be able to do the Talisman digital game again without it crashing all the time, but I need to give it another test run to be sure.
Wow, that would be awesome.
Hopefully, yeah, it's finally pinned down the root of all the regular blue screens.
Oh, his Zoom crashed. Tari earlier today was having trouble with her Zoom crashing. So I want to note that was exactly as I was about to describe what had happened. So the answer
just
is
wrote Cultist Altar. First entry, Ghost Ship, Cultist Altar. Updated by journal.
I'm gone. Let's see. All right, waiting for Mike's Zoom to restart. Because otherwise what I have to do is I have to recapture Ananda, and then the minute that happens, Mike will return, and then I have to recapture Ananda. That's the way that works.
All right, you can just see the badly in need of dyeing roots in my hair.
Is that what that is? Like, hold on a
Yeah.
second. Wait a second. I think we almost wait for it. And yes. Okay. Huzzah.
Sorry about that. It
Okay.
just randomly crashed.
That's totally fine. I just noted, Mike, that it happened at exactly the same time I was about to describe the meaning of this.
Yeah. You were like, Brian, you remember, and then it crashed.
You're like, what do you remember? What do you remember?
So
Okay.
I was like, all right, there's a dramatic pause, and then there's taking it too far, man.
As I was saying before, Brian, you do remember in your trips across the oceans and seas here within the Azure Sea, you remember having heard rumors, many of them which you probably dismissed as the drunken rantings of a sailor in their cups, something like that. But you do remember having heard one particular old salt at a port some distance of years away now, who over describing a gambling debt to you had said, it wasn't the worst of it, though. It was the ones who were responsible, the ones that were bankrolling the one what bankrupted me. That was them. They were strange, dressed in cloaks, and all filled with what looked like spider webs. They were part of what they called the worshippers of the Demon Queen, Loth, the Demon Queen. And you remember, Brian, having heard about Loth, the Demon Queen of the Underdark, who is best known for her association with creatures which perhaps some of you
Why the Spider Queen?
might come to know.
Why did it have to be the Spider Queen of?
And as you say that, literally bursting out of the garbage pile, I felt that you didn't have enough of these things. But don't worry,
Always spiders.
not alone, because on the right bursts as well a creature that you've now come to know. It is an enormous spider, and also what you were pretty confident after your encounters in the mines is an ettercap. I would love it if we could all roll ourselves some initiative, please.
I think we have our link. Right, so we have to click the token, don't we?
Yep, and I have the
click
turn
the
order is up there now,
token.
so it should be.
Yeah, so
And then click
token,
initiative.
Roll initiative.
we
I saw
go.
Waves' crit. I was like, my heart sank for a moment. That's all right. That's all right. And I left, and I'll take.
I rode
no.
like pants. but
Waves
I'm
is just
biding my
standing
time.
outside of the door, sees the spider, and is like, no, not again.
Yeah. Mortimer looks at the spiders and looks at the very wooden ship we're standing on. He's like, mm-mm.
Silver just puts his hand on your shoulder like, no, not yet. Not yet.
Now is not the time for your anger. Okay.
Give it a couple of minutes. Let's just see how this plays.
Okay, so some of these, so the 17, I think I had the old ones up here, so let me get rid of those because I don't think those are accurate. Okay, here we go. Morthwill, we got an 11. Waves, we got a 6. Silva, we got a 10. And Brian, a 4. The crew is definitely ready for all that awaits it.
We're saving the high
We all
rolls for
saw
the
this
combat.
coming,
It's
except not in game.
Right. Is this moment where you're just kind of like staring at it and you're just like, it can't be. It can't be once again.
This whole thing played out just like one non-interruptible cutscene from the second we opened the door where we're all going, no, stop it.
Don't do that.
Give me back. Let me do a thing.
Yep. Player knowledge, not the same thing as character knowledge, sadly. Okay. All right. Here we go. Squirrels would be the... Oh, no, Zoom died again. Okay, that's all right. It's going to take me a second to get the initiative set up here anyway. Okay.
Well, see, Izzy's has the right idea, and I have the means to do that, but we're on a very rickety ship.
Let's see. I have Mr. Whippy
I mean,
prepared.
do we really need the ship? I mean, even I am now at this point saying, like, do we really need the
Wait.
ship?
We
Who
don't
was
have
just
a
playing The
ship that
Ship Is
arrived
Ours
here.
5 seconds ago?
I've
Who was
got-
playing that?
Yeah, but
I've got 10 minutes on detect magic. That means we'd have to set the ship on fire, run through whatever's down there, get out again.
I mean,
yeah, I mean, like, if even Waves is like, I don't think we need a ship. It's like,
you're just going to go back to the
I could
town.
literally sink with the ship and like loot
Right,
it in
yeah.
water, but that's not the point.
Oh.
That's true. That's true. I had a feeling you're all going to go back to the town and be like, we don't want your political interest. Never mind. The Sahugan are going to just kill you, all right? That's
We're
what's
happy
gonna
with the
happen.
politics we've already got. We don't need more.
Jeez. Okay. Let's see. Giant spider.
Sorry,
Mm.
I dropped.
Okay.
Not your fault.
It's all right. Let's see.
Damn it, I really need to tell
Oh,
you
Zoom is
Mike, you
already
just-
not responding. I don't know how long it'll last.
you just saw the spiders are noped out, and we all
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, who among us can say we have not noped out at the sight of giant spiders? Okay. Give me a second.
Same, so it's same spiders and etiquette for as mines.
Yeah, they look similar. Now, you know, you
Close up
can't.
for me.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can't know for 100% sure, but it seems pretty likely. Okay. You might not have actually known that if it were not for the fact that you just dealt with a bunch of these creatures back in the mines. So.
Yeah, we might have gone to the mines after this, but then things again.
Yeah, exactly. What? You guys.
I think we followed the source backwards. I think we found where they were going, and we've come back to where they may be coming from.
Okay.
But-
Right. Right. Let's see what they roll for initiative, shall we?
Oh boy.
They seem startled.
One
maybe.
Brazilian.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Okay, if this crashes again, I'll try and join through a web browser.
Okay, sounds good. All right. That is.
Why spiders? Why not like lobsters?
I mean, you had a crabigator, like
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah. that
careful
would-
what you
yeah,
wish
that
for
would be
there,
fine,
Pi.
yeah.
you know.
No, I'm
You're
just
talking
saying
to a
that
DM. This can all be arranged.
Kittens. Can we have kittens?
Yeah.
Like-
yeah.
we had kittens in
Kitten off.
Talisman, and we had a
Kittens?
kitten in Talisman.
Or displacer beasts. You tell me. Since the D&D movie has
Puppies.
successfully showed how dangerous a freaking displacer beast actually is. Okay, right. Okay.
Quite
First,
teddy bear
They're
says it
nasty
is.
as well.
that's true. Okay, first to act, you'll be not happy to hear, is the giant spider, which has come bursting out of the garbage pile.
So it's emerged from the garbage and not like blinked into existence like the ones in the mines.
No, this thing, no. There's definitely even bits of garbage like falling off this. So you're pretty confident that that's exactly where it came from.
But we think they know their party trick.
So let's see. What is it going to do? It is going to, from there. Okay. It opens its huge mandibles, Brian, and it shoots at you a sticky gray substance. That looks to be a 18 to hit.
That is, I've got 16 AC.
So you are now covered by, let me see if I can show you exactly what it is. There we go. A web. You have a sticky substance over you, which means you are restrained. Restrained means basically that your movement is 0. And you can still act. You're not incapacitated or anything, but you are incapable of moving from that spot until you break free. You can attack the webbing and try to destroy it that way. It is, I should note, I normally wouldn't say this, but I think you can figure out it is vulnerable to fire damage. On the other hand, you are in the web and thus are vulnerable to fire damage created by the web. So I don't know if you want to burn the web while you're in it, but you could attack it. You could also try to break free from it on your turn. So just be aware that that's the case. It does that. After that, it scuttles right next to you and clicks its terrible mandibles right in front of your face. And zooms out.
So it Joker claps her right in the face with his mandibles. Wow.
Or a seal, or it could be one of those. You have no idea. Yeah.
I do have both of my scimitars like equipped in each hand. What I would like to do is
Has to be on your
try-
turn though, Brian. You can't do it yet.
Oh no, sorry, I thought it was my turn.
No, not your turn yet. No, you're gonna be. It's gonna be a little.
Oh, no,
It's
I-
gonna
I
take
thought
a
you were
while.
asking for a
Right, it's
reaction.
No, not a
Go
reaction.
on.
No, I was just
Carry
saying
on.
that I'm letting you know what you will be able to do. Sorry, I didn't mean to confuse. Yeah, you will
No
be able
problem.
to try that when it gets there. But in the meantime, you're just sort of, and in fact, the webbing is also sort of uncomfortably, partially restraining you to the altar, so you feel the cold stone behind you against your body.
I'm like, you can do this, guys. It's fine.
That leads us to Morthwill, who is up next. All right.
I only get one cannon a day, and I don't think this is the time for it. So
Close the door and forget this ever happened.
Yep. No, so we close the door. I have this signal flare. No, okay, all right. Shit. Let's have a look.
That's why the spider took a hostage.
Exactly.
That's a good ambush.
Exactly.
Okay.
And
Can I
yes,
zing
Darth
a
Sisu, spiders spawn from trash piles. It's 100% true. You need to be careful.
Zing firebolt the Ettercap that I can see from my position.
You certainly
Yeah.
could do that.
I am going to take. Yeah, he's just going to sling a firebolt. We're not sure of the situation yet, so I don't want to start splashing out the top shelf stuff. Gah, does a 12 hit?
A 12, I think, although, let me just... No, 12 is going to miss, I am sorry to say.
I'm going to pull. Hang on. I remember that trick. It doesn't necessarily know that. I'm going to pull back a step from the door. There, like that. And that's really all I've got for now, so that's going to be my my non-turn.
Okay. No, it's, you're setting things up. You're getting ready to go. Okay. I know, chat, that the windows are off. We're waiting for Mike's Zoom to improve or to update or to do something. So bear with us, and we will momentarily we will be there. Hold on one second while I make a note to myself. For just a second. Great. Okay. Cool. Right. Just reloading Zoom. Mike says we'll be back in just a second. Okay, so that's Morthwill, which means next up is going to be Silvo. So we'll wait a second for Mike's arrival so that we can find out what Silvo would like to do. How is everyone's Easter? Spider free. Yes, exactly. Okay, good. I got that. Zoom is afraid of spiders. I can't blame it. I mean,
I mean, in the meantime, I could share where I got this wonderful background from.
Yeah, you definitely
Because
should do
it's
that.
from an actually ocean explorer site, and they have like all these backgrounds for meetings, as they claim. So if you ever wanted a meeting with a giant fish staring over your shoulder, they've got you covered.
Wow.
Here you go. There's the link. It's wonderful. I think it's a good service that they're doing.
I'm just looking to see. Virtual meeting background. Sea cucumber? Nice. I did a report on sea cucumbers when I was in 3rd grade. I remember very distinctly. Ooh, you're talking about that grenadier or the hop loths at this crescent?
Yes.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
staring
that
into
one.
your soul. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good background, isn't it?
I love it. I'm just looking at some of these creatures that may or may not be in the future of all the party at some point, coming soon. I'm just curious.
Oh, giving you my ideas, Pie.
Yeah. Okay. I would jump forward, but I would feel bad about having Mike cut out of the mix. Although I could have one of you Jaeger momentarily, and Mike comes back in. What happens? Like, well, they had you wildly charge and leap on top of the giant spider to ride it as a mount, and
Silver rages. He's not a barbarian. I said Silver rages.
exactly. I didn't ask about barbarian. That's funny. Yeah, you can rage as a free action if it has no mechanical effect. You can always do that. Oh man.
Inwardly, I often do. In real life, I mean.
In real life, yes. Yeah. After the last month's spider that crawled on my leg one time, I haven't encountered any. Yeah, that would be not fun. I have no problem with, I'm not particularly arachnophobic, and I don't particularly mind if there are, there's always going to be in a house spiders here and there. I just don't want to see them. Like, if you could just hang out and, take care of insects pleasantly in the corners, that would be great. Like, don't, dangle on a freaking web all the way from the light bulb and come down to say hi. That I don't want.
I was always the one that had to get rid of spiders in the house. My kids never liked them. However, my puppy apparently has a fascination with playing with spiders. She teases them. It's not always pleasant, but then she rolls on them like they're some kind of scent she wants to rub on herself. It's quite strange.
Yeah, mine.
I'm also the person in this household who has to take care of the spiders.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah, we don't. In more recent months, it's been the cats who are more likely to encounter and find them, and you can always tell because the cats are doing this like the minute they're doing this like fixed stare that constantly moves and shifts, you're like, okay, where's the bug? Where's the thing? And then they go after, which is actually nice. I'm like, hey, listen, that sounds good to me. You want a prey animal? Go take out the insect. As long as I don't see what you do with it, just like you're not going to bring it to me by one wing. My
indoor cat is also afraid of spiders.
It really?
But I've got a very particular indoor cat. We've got she is just she's stupid. There is no better way of saying it. We got her from a very difficult situation with problems of malnourishment and everything, and I think she just didn't ever really recover from that. And she's a really nice cat. You sit down somewhere, you've got a purring little. She's very small, although she's an adult kitty. But she's just, I don't know. She just doesn't connect with reality like other cats do.
Yep.
It's really weird.
Yep, and that's quite true, Izzy's. It's better to for your cats to attack insects than to bring in mice. We had, we're in a house where it's an old house, and so especially in the basement, we had to put some bait out and stuff for when there was a house being built across the street from us. Mice showed up because they're like, I'm not going there. Not anywhere on our floor. It's okay, Mike. On our floor. But now that we have the cat, knock on wood, the cats, plural, a lot of that helps prevent mice in part just by the smell of the cats. Like a lot of the mice are like, the hell with this, and get the hell out of Dodge. So I was like, sounds good. That's sounds good to me. Okay, so Mike, you're back, and it is your turn.
Let me just get back into Roll20. I'm sorry.
That's okay. So yes, you are.
So I believe, Mike was just about to deal the killing blow.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Can't wait to see what this blow looks like.
Mike casts Fireball, even though he doesn't know it.
Pixelated Geek says,
would he know if he knows it or not with the way
that's
he's
true.
casted?
He wouldn't have any idea. Pixelated Geek says, my cat is deaf, so she can't go outside. So instead of bringing me presents of partially dead rodents, she brings me other people's mail. I have so many questions, Pixelated Geek, about everything you've just said here.
Brilliant.
Do people, she doesn't go outside, so she, gets mail sent from other people? How does this... That's amazing. Anyway.
Right, I'm going to aim my crossbow, which has been donated to me by Brian, I think it was, at the spider, and I'm going to fire at it.
Fire away.
That's going to be the killing blow, people. Okay. I can find my bloody character sheet now. There we go. Crossbow. Where is... Why is crossbow not there? Oh my days. Light crossbow, there it is. Does a 12 hit?
12 does not hit, I'm sorry to say.
Yep.
It literally just gets stuck in one of the webs and kind of just...
That was worth waiting for, wasn't it?
Huzzah! Okay, and then where are you? Are you staying where you are, Silvo?
Yep, stay there.
Okay. All right, then next up is the Ettercap is the one to move next. And so the Ettercap, let's see. I think the Ettercap is probably going to move towards, I hate to do this, not picking on you, Inanna, but I have a feeling the Ettercap is going to come towards the restrained and currently not super capable of getting away type thing.
I'm the only one in the room, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, well, other people have shot at it, but they haven't hit it, so it may not even be aware that it's there, that they're there yet. So that means that an its attack roll against you is going to have advantage, I'm afraid, because you are currently restrained. So this is all wonderful news, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. The Ettercap is going
I've still
to...
got full HP though at the moment.
Yes, you do.
Thank God.
So it is, let's see. Interesting. Okay, yeah, it's not going to do that. So, all right, it is going to attempt to claw you and then bite you. So we'll begin with a claw. It will attempt to hit you with a claw. Oh, geez.
Meanwhile, Brian is literally face up against this plinth, like webbed in. Don't you do that to me? Get away.
So it might have critically
Something like
hit
Frankie
you just
Howard. Oh,
then.
no.
Yeah.
No, don't say that. No.
It did that even without the benefit of advantage. So anyway, the first one is going to deal 10 points of slashing damage to you, which is less than fun. And then the second one is the bite, and it is going to, we're looking at a 20, not natural, just a regular 20, which I think you said your AC 16, if I'm mistaken. All right.
I thought you meant 20 points of damage then.
No, it's just a hit to hit. It's going to do 6 piercing damage. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
God.
Okay. I do have advantage on that. Well, not advantage, but yeah, 22. That should be
22.
all right?
Yes, that is fine.
Damn.
So that means you're only going to take an additional 2 points of poison damage, but you're not going to be poisoned beyond that. You just feel this sort of slightly nauseating, experience in your stomach, but that is all. I mean, it probably was enough. Was that 18 points on one turn? So
My math says I'm down to 24.
Yep, that's where I got you as well. Okay, and then it is going to stay there, sort of leering at you, so to speak. And Waves, it is your turn. Your friends have some issues.
Okay, can we assume that I have my shield and my weapon in hand?
Oh yeah, I would say that's reasonable.
Okay, wonderful. Then I would like to cast Thunderous Smite on myself as a bonus action.
Okay.
Hello, just putting it in. I'm trying to put it in chat. 1 moment. Badunk. There we go. And then just storm in and hit the Ettercap.
Okay. You storm in, pushing past Silvo. Out of my way!
I'm sure Silver is not that broad-shouldered.
I think it's fine.
Silvo's definitely doing a firing from cover motion at the door frame.
Yeah, this is very Mass Effect cover moment. Yeah.
100%.
Go ahead and then go ahead and attack the Ettercap, which is standing in front of you.
Okay, just like.
And probably looking at you with a touch of surprise as this angry Kenku Paladin just charges through the door.
18?
18 will hit.
Okay, just good. And where is their piercing? There. Click. 11.
Wow. All right, so that's 11 piercing plus more thunder damage, right? Because you just hit it?
Yes. I do a 2d6 extra thunder damage to the target.
Okay.
2d6. Another 4. I mean,
Okay.
better than nothing. And the target now has to do a strength saving throw against the 14, or is gonna be pushed away 10 feet and knocked prone.
It did not make that. So you'll be happy to know that not only is this slammed against the wall, but I'm going to ask you to roll another 1d6 for the damage it sustains when it slams into the wall.
Oh, why does it only do 1d6? Ah, like this. I understand. 6!
Nice.
Nice.
So I just want to point out in that 6-second span, chat. So all of a sudden, this bird paladin comes in, slam, it goes flying back against the wall. I had this image of Samuel L. Jackson. Get these motherfuckers.
Is this,
You know?
when you do Thunderous Smite, do you attack and it does like a lightning strike against it?
It does like a thunder, more like a boom.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
It is-
I had the impression you've just basically used your rapier like a cattle prod. Like you just run in and you just like, and it's just into the wall.
Yeah. She came in like a wrecking ball. Yeah, she did. Also, this thunder like rumbles out 300 feet. So you hear
loud
this
now.
all the down, like, into the water. You'd be able to,
Those people who dropped us off probably heard it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they've gone. They've gone.
Yeah, we're dead to them. They've heard that. It's like, well, that's the end of them.
Yeah.
If
So
there were, so what we're saying is, if there were any creatures that were asleep near this ship, they're
everything
not
is awake.
anymore.
Yeah, just to be clear.
It's a thunder. Creatures on sea will have heard thunder before.
Coming from the ship?
Well, it's
See,
if you're on sea, it always sounds like there's thunder is everywhere.
Well,
Okay.
you didn't have to set the ship on fire to start a timer, right? Oh.
Okay.
All
Good
I
work,
have
Waves.
playing in my head was the whole aliens. Get away from her, you bee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Good stuff, Waves. I assume you're going to stay where you are at this point, having made your entrance. Whoop.
Yeah, I think actually that's a good place to stand where I'm standing right now. Although I'm covering a little bit of the ether cap, am I not? So that might not be ideal. I'm gonna move a little bit. No, can I still move to this? No, I've used my bonus action, so I don't think I can still move. Nope. So I have to stay where I am.
Okay. All right. It is definitely prone on the ground, this thing. Okay, Brian, that's going to lead us to you. Now, as a reminder, what I mentioned before was if you want, as an action, you can try to escape from the webbing by making a strength check, or you can try to attack and destroy this thing. I mean, you would know about this, but at this point with the mines, it's immune to bludgeoning, like you can't bludgeon a web, and it's obviously immune to poison and psychic damage, but with your scimitars, you might be able to cut through it. You could also try to burn it, but as I mentioned, that might be not so great for you, so...
I have both of my scimitars equipped. In my mind, I've got... I'm trapped, webbed, flat-faced to this plinth with my scimitars literally the side of my face. That's where my head is at. So I want to try and cut through the web with my scimitars.
I would like you to make an attack, please. With your scimitars.
I have 2 attacks, one with each.
Yep. So go... yeah, okay. So yeah, attack both of them then.
Okay. So this is the not +1, which is 19 to hit.
That will hit. And actually, you don't even need to worry about the second one because that slashes the web free. And you are now no longer restrained. Now, unfortunately, that has used up your attack, but you do still have a move now, and you're not prone or anything. So you could still, move away or I mean, you're right next to the giant spiders, so you would have to disengage if you wanted to do that to get away from it, or you could stay where you are, but you're not prone, so...
But she's
Do I
afraid.
not get
Doesn't she
the
have a second
attack
attack?
with my other weapon?
Not when you have, because the attack, because you're taking the attack action, which has 2 attacks as a part of it. So your attack action is on the web. So in other words, you can't split it. You can't do attack and then attack. You could attack the same thing, but that was unnecessary because you already destroyed it once. So
Makes sense.
that's why.
The
webs go to therapy. Yeah.
I am going to... I don't think I'm close enough to invoke an attack of opportunity, but I'm not going to move away.
Okay. All right. That's good. Silvo. Actually, no, not Silvo. The first person to hear this is actually Waves. So Waves, you hear this skittering sound from underneath you. And suddenly, crawling up through the floorboards is what looks very much like a swarm of small
Lobsters.
spiders. And suddenly, I'm just going to move you for just a second to reveal to chat that that is the case. Now, a swarm can actually occupy the place of a person. And so the swarm that comes up underneath you is going to attack you, Waves, insofar as it's coming up underneath you. And so it's going to attempt to attack you with a series of bites because it's a swarm. These are, to be clear, regular size spiders, not. But there's just a lot of them. They are, however, going to miss horrifically. Which I wonder, how are you trying to get rid of them, like waves, as they're coming up on you?
Have you ever seen like a bird in panic, like standing on one space and trying to kill a snake?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Pretty
Like
much just
that.
like that. Yeah. So you were able to like knock them off before they can bite you. Brine, one of the other swarms comes up. It's going to try to do the same thing, and it's going to try to come up on top of you. Oh, God, you can't win for losing, Brine. That is a 20, not natural to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. So that is going to do 9 points of piercing damage as all of these little teeth and mandibles like pierced your skin. But you will be happy to know that there's no poison. So there's just that.
That's great to hear.
Yep, no poison. Okay, this thing is going to crawl towards you, as will this. And they're going to each get in an attempted attack upon you. Let's see. That one's a terrible miss, though. These
aren't ghosts. These aren't ghosts at all.
They aren't ghosts at all. Those are both awful. That's an 8 and a 7.
Lied to.
8 and a 7, so those are both misses. Okay, so there you go. Now we go to the top of the round, and the giant spider's going to go. Morthwill, you're going to be on deck. Brine and Waves are in a bad way, especially Brine, who has got a whole bunch of things around. Let's see. It is not going to try to web you this time, though. It is going to simply attempt to bite you.
Just a bite with potentially more than the hit points I have.
That is true. That is going to be a 21 to hit you. Unfortunately. Remember when we said that you had your full hit points?
Yeah.
This
I
was
have
those,
15 now.
those
How
were
many
good
do I have
moments.
left?
So that's 6 that you take of piercing damage there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I need from you a con saving throw, please.
9.
That's not great. All right, so let's see. Okay, that is another 5 points of poison damage, but you will be happy to know that this creature. Let me just double check on this. Oh, okay. So the save was just for that. Okay, never mind. So there's no ongoing. That was just whether you took that damage. So, okay. So
I'm down to 4.
You're
right?
down to 4. Yeah. The good news though is that Morthwill gets to go now, and
He
then
does.
Silvo.
God damn his shield toad coming out.
I'm just going to quickly check on my back in a sec.
Oh, yep.
Okay.
Yep. However, this time it's not its normal size. It's tiny sized.
Oh,
And
really?
for
What
its
is it?
bone- It's still a tortoise, but it's now a tiny sized tortoise.
Is this
which
still Mr.
I'm go-
Whippy?
No. This is shield toad. Mr. Whippy's the flamethrower variant.
Okay. Shield
It's just
toys.
like it's just like a tortoise that does the temp HP field.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
Oh.
yeah, because he's tiny, can he climb up and rest on my shoulder?
Do we know how tiny is tiny?
Yeah. Well, it's classed as tiny as the size class.
Oh,
but
I
I can make
see.
it small or tiny. It's my choice.
I
when
would say so
summon it.
then. I think that's the whole point
Okay.
of it. Yes.
All right. So yeah, he's going to come up and just rest on my shoulder.
Okay. What's the
And
radius on that?
immediately, 10 feet radius for
Okay.
the heals, creatures of my choosing.
Okay.
So I think everyone's within 10 feet of me right now.
Looks like it. Yep.
Yep, okay. And that's going to be... this with the bonus action to activate it now. Where the heck was the... I had the note a minute ago. Oh, there we go. 1d8 plus 3.
Okay.
So let me roll up there. Oh, for God's sake. Too many options. There we go. Everyone gets 7 temp HPs.
Okay. 7 temp. And that restores every round on your turn, or
I
how-
activate it every turn and roll again. If it's higher than their current temp HPs, they can substitute it for the higher number.
Right. Okay.
Is what I read.
Okay. Just making sure I mark that down.
Mhm.
7 temp. Great. Okay.
Yeah, I had to look into temp HPs to figure out how to use this properly.
Yeah, no, it's
so-
great. It's basically a good buffer zone of hit points. So, and Brian certainly needs it.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So that's the play. As for me, I guess I'll move up to the edge of the door, ready for. No, I'm getting in there. I can't do an attack, but I'm going to get in there to try and take some aggro off Brian. I think.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna run in there, going like, "Wah!" trying to draw attention.
You did. They certainly
Just absolute terror.
It is. It's just swarms. It's just bugs
they're
everywhere.
Yeah.
It's just Starship Troopers times 10. Okay. Good stuff. Silvo, you were up next. Everyone is in that room except you right now. Silvo.
Jesus. Yeah, it's going to stay that way. I'm not going in there. It's dangerous.
Famous last words.
Yeah. So, until suddenly there's like more. I haven't turned around yet. There could be millions behind me. Suddenly the room doesn't look that
The
dangerous.
ship is made of spiders. Like
You hear the creak of metal from the grating. No, stop! We need to stop doing this.
the
I see
terrible
giant
click of metal.
tentacle shadows cross over me. Okay. How can I do this?
Are you trying to bug them? I am. I think it is. Remember when you weren't on this ship? Those were
Yeah.
good times.
Yeah, good times.
Well, no,
Good
they weren't
times.
because we were in a mine
Remember-
with the same.
That's true,
Remember-
actually. Yeah. Remember that brief
when we
period
were
of time in the
flying for a
rowboat? That was a good time.
That was good times.
Remember
That was good.
Sandblatt?
Well, except for the crooked gator. That,
Oh
like,
right,
put me
yeah,
in-
yeah. It's been kind of
Yeah,
rough the last few months.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm
Is
gonna
it town?
try and shoot the giant spider. Wait, has the giant spider taken damage?
Yes, the giant. No, I'm sorry. The Ettercap has taken damage. The giant spider has not taken damage.
The Ettercap's the one on the southern wall.
That's
right?
correct. Yes, the one that is
Are
kind
they
of
still
prone. Yeah, if you want to get a shot on them, though, you're going to have to move like to here, Silvo, because where you are, shooting over waves and multiple swarms is going to be well. Actually, you know what? I guess not because here you've got Morthwill, who's shorter. I think you can do this because these are swarms. If this were a spider, you wouldn't be able to hit. But I do think you can actually
Yeah.
shoot from there. So yes.
From where I am, or do you want me here?
Yeah, I was going to say yes, like
You're
that.
gonna say that. Okay,
So,
he's gonna-
Waves is
he's
going to have the disturbing experience of having a crossbow bolt go right past her ear.
Yeah, pretty
for
much.
things,
So
yeah.
I'm gonna pop off a shot to this one because this is the one I've seen has taken some damage. Like
Okay.
firstly, it's been slammed by waves and also slammed into the wall.
All right, let's do it up.
Light crossbow. It's
Yeah,
21.
Absolutely.
That'll do it. So it's gonna be light crossbow, 3 piercing damage.
3 piercing.
Pretty terrible roll, but still 3.
That's
3
okay.
piercing is 3 piercing. Do you know what I
Okay, yes, no, absolutely. It's 3 more piercing than I had before. It does not like that. And since you've moved there, I don't think you're moving anywhere else. You're staying
Nope,
in that same
I'm good.
thing.
Oh, the only thing I'm doing is as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself because I can do that at will
Logical.
because of Eldritch Adept, so it ups my AC.
So this thing stands up, sort of roaring, and it's going to look across. Now, it can't really hit you, but it's going to look at the one that basically just obliterated it to the other side of the room. It
Waves.
stares at you, Waves, and then it is going to spit something at you. Now, it looks at first like a web, but as it comes towards you, it does this, and you can see it's rotating in space, almost to jump out of game. If you could imagine like a frisbee or a flying disc, right? Coming towards you this way of some gray, metallic colored substance. We're going to see whether that actually hits, though.
But why?
Good question. Does that impact the swarms between them?
Nope, because the swarm, that's why you were able to shoot over them. Same reason. It's
Oh,
shooting
okay.
over the swarms.
Yeah.
So that is a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. That is... Oh, I take that back. No, so it does hit you,
Huh?
but it's not going to hit you
Okay.
with the spinning thing. Sorry, that
No?
has to be melee range. So never mind. Instead, what it does is it does hit you with this though, and you are hit by this web, which traps you against the back wall. You are restrained by this thing's web, very much like the spider did to Brian. So you get that same little web icon there. So you are currently restrained. The good news, though, is it didn't hurt you. It just, locked you in place. Because it was prone and stood up, it can't charge towards you, so that's as much as it's going to do. So Waves, it's your turn, and you have two options here. You can do what Brian did, which she attacked the web to try to get clear of it, or you could try to do a strength check to get clear, but it's going to take an action either way.
Yeah, strength check is not really an option with the dex-based paladin. So I'll try to cut myself out.
All right. Go ahead and make an attack then on this thing.
1 minute. It always asks me whether this is a normal roll or not. 15 on the web.
Yes, that will hit. What are we looking at in terms of damage?
23 on the web.
Wait. 23 damage?
What? Did I just misclick? 1 moment.
Yeah, it looks like you attacked again.
1 moment. Oh, I'm sorry.
I was like, jeez.
1 moment.
You
I'll
should
do it again.
like individually
Eight.
hits
Point that
each
towards Ray
strand.
Cup.
I was like, yeah, seriously. Okay, yes, 8. So
8.
you're able to, so you attack it and rip it free. So you are now clear of the web. So you can still move, but you've used up your action. But you can still move.
Yeah, but I've got like the swarm still there
That
in
is true.
front of me.
These are good points.
And I don't think I can get in a really better position anywhere. Let me quickly check my bonus actions. Just in case there's something useful here.
Destroy spiders in all 100-foot radius.
Teleport.
If that comes up, I'm gonna take it.
Teleport to ocean.
Exactly.
Cast on spider.
Brian is on deck, by the way.
Yeah, I'm already concentrating on the thunderous smite, so no, nothing I can do.
Oh, which reminds me, actually, the thunderous smite. I think the thunderous smite, isn't that the first time you hit? Yeah, so that you're not
it's
not anymore.
concentration.
Not anymore though. See, the first time you hit with a melee weapon, so you've used it now. You've basically cast it as a thing that's sort of charged your weapon, and then you used it. It's not that you get to use it
yeah.
every time, because that would be.
Oh well, then I
a
don't
lot.
have it anymore. But that means I could do another thing as long as it is bonus action. Ta-da. Yeah, I don't need dash actions. I mean, that the room is so small that just doesn't.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah, then
Dash down the stairs and see what's waiting for down there.
be back later.
You woke
No,
me
I'm-
up with your thunder.
Yeah, yeah, I'll just stay where I am. Sorry that it took so long to stay where I am.
No,
but
that's
I'm
fine.
staying where I am.
That's all good. Brian, you were up.
Okay. I'm looking pretty messed up at
Yeah.
the moment. So I have a question.
Okay.
How small are the spiders in the swarms of spiders?
They are mostly regular sized, like IRL regular sized spiders, maybe like daddy longleg sized or something like that. So you could back up. You can share space with the swarm. You could back up into it without incurring an attack of opportunity. Because you're 5 feet from the giant spider, but you could back up 5 feet, disengage from it, and then you'd be in the swarm. But that's okay because you can occupy that space. They're all like, like less than palm sized maybe, but there's a lot of them.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking, and then you can tell me if you're going to let me do it or not.
What do you got?
So I have create and destroy water.
Okay.
As we know, when we've all flushed spiders down the plug hole,
Love where you go with this.
they came up from the floorboards from somewhere. My plan is to try and flush them back there.
I see. So we're talking about 10 gallons.
10 gallons of water. Yeah.
Right. Or let's see. And then falls as rain in a 30-foot cube. So
I have shape water as well, just to help like funnel it down but I don't think that's going to help in this.
yeah, I love this idea. I don't think it's going to flush them without something extra. It might, I mean, it will certainly dampen them, because the thing is, the 10 gallons is not it's water falls as rain in a 30-foot cube within range. So it's kind of like a fairly significant rainstorm, but not enough, I think, to wash them away. Now, is shape water, do you have that? Is that a bonus action or an action?
Shape water is a cantrip.
Right, but does it say...
It's an action.
Yeah. So the problem is I don't think you'd be able to do it fast enough. If it was a bonus action, you could create water and then immediately shape it to flush. Unless you have like some container, because what it says is that if you can create up to 10 gallons of clean water in an open container. So you could do that. If you did that in like a barrel and then dumped it onto the spiders, that would probably get rid of a swarm. But I think just raining, probably not, would be my guess.
Is there any of the debris in the vicinity that could be fit?
They are smashed mostly to flinders. The only thing that's kind of like larger than or taller than the floor itself is probably the altar. You think that's probably it? There were barrels in here, no doubt, at one point, but not at the moment. I mean, there's a pile of garbage, but not a barrel.
So given the terrain, you don't think it would wash them away?
Unlikely, unless you were able to shape it at the same time, which I don't think you could. Now, if you were to pair up with one of your compatriots and they were able to toss you a container or barrel or get you a barrel or something like that, or form a barrel, make a barrel, I don't know, something like that, then maybe. But just as rain, I don't think it does that, no.
Yeah, the only thing I've got that might even be vaguely in the right... I have a water skin, but that's not going to be big enough.
Not big enough.
Okay. It was a nice thought.
No, it's a great idea. It's just...
can I instead... Because I can freeze it, can't I? Can I freeze it?
So, same question. Is it a bonus action that you'd be freezing it with? You can't freeze it in the same thing. The create water doesn't do that.
No, it doesn't. Okay.
These are all good ideas.
Not helpful, though. I am going to... there is nowhere for me to retreat.
It's not... Yeah, it's going to be hard. I mean, I guess if you were to go... here, you would be at least out of range. You'd have a Morthwill next to you and 3 other swarms, and that wouldn't provoke. You would just be, backing up 5 feet. So that might reduce the number of things that, I mean, you wouldn't be literally surrounded by swarms at that point.
Okay, so. I mean, never one to back away from a fight, and usually rescued by my my brethren. I'm going to attack this swarm here.
Okay.
I'm going to use my... I can still attack them with my scimitars, is that correct?
Yes, you can.
Even though they're swarms?
Yeah,
Okay,
swarms are... swarms are immune to certain things. They are resistant, usually, to slashing attacks and things like that. They are very vulnerable to area of effect type things. But they are, you can certainly hurt them by slashing them.
I only have slashing attacks at the moment.
Yep.
So my non+1 scimitar is 23 to hit.
Definitely hits, for sure.
With 8 slashing.
Okay, so it doesn't do as much as you would have hoped, but you do slash a number of spiders with that.
And then my +1 is 17 to hit.
Yep, again a hit.
With 11 slashing.
Okay, so again, does not do as much as you would have hoped, but you definitely hurt that swarm quite a bit. So now, are you moving on top of it? Because you can technically do that.
I was going to move. Can I move like on top of the swarm without them getting an attack of opportunity?
This one that you just attacked?
Yeah.
Yep, you can. Because you're disengaging from the others. You're only moving 5 feet, so that's fine. Yep, you can totally do that.
So I'm going to hide them and make it look like we've got less enemies.
No one's here. Yeah, exactly. All right, well, you beat them all. All right. Okay, good stuff, Brian. The one that you've just hit is going to attack you first. Let's see. So it's going to...
With my 4 HP.
Yeah. It's true.
Oh, and your temporary HP, or are they
Yeah,
gone?
the temp is still there.
All the temporary HP have gone. I've got 4 HP. That's
No. When the I don't think you've been hit since the tortoise thing went up. There is a. Well, I think you might have been gone when this happened.
You went AFK when he did
Oh,
this.
sorry. Yep.
Yes,
go on.
you've got how much was it?
7.
7 temp HP thanks to Shield Toad.
Thank you.
Shield Toad.
Shield Toad.
Shield
Thanks,
Toad.
Byron told me the translation. I adore it.
Okay, it is. So we're looking at a 13, which is not going to be enough to hit you, I think, Brian.
No, my
okay.
AC 16.
All right, this one is going to move forward, and then rather troublingly is going to move on to Morthwill's space and attempt to swarm you, Morthwill.
They're getting in all my nooks and crannies.
17.
Into your socks.
Does not hit.
Okay, so it is not hit by you. This one is also going to attempt to hit you, so it occupies the same space as well.
Okay.
The value of swarms. That is a 11, so that's terrible. Okay, and then Waves, you'll be happy to know, by which I mean not happy at all. That this
So
thing
are they
is
on
going
me
to-
now, or are they sort of like around my feet?
They're all around your feet. They're trying to
Right.
crawl up onto you is what they're trying to do. And this one critically misses, Waves, so you should be happy about that. Not a good round for the swarms. Okay, which means it was a good round for all of you. Okay, top of the round, we have the giant spider. Now, the giant spider, in fairness, has been going after Brian quite a bit, and probably is going to continue to do that because spiders are not, if I destroy this, then this will happen. They're not.
And
gonna
I'm
think of it that way.
closest.
Yeah. So it's going to attack again. That is a 14. It's a 21. I'm sorry to say.
That does hit.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Low damage roll, as they say in Pokemon. Nah, that's not low enough, I'm afraid. Oh wait, I forgot about your temp. That's right. Okay, that's okay then. So that is a total of 6 damage. So you have 1 temp left. As this thing bit into you. I'm very glad. I totally forgot for a minute about that. So that's good.
1 temporary hit point and 4 actual hit points.
1 temp in a dream.
Just
And then
give me
it's-
6 seconds.
It's going to stay where you are. Morthwill, you were up. Speaking of that, and Silvo's on deck.
Anybody who would like 6 temp HP instead of their current temp HP can have that.
All right. So not 1 temp, 6 temp.
Yep, so I'm staying on 7 for
Can
me.
I have that?
Yeah, you can replace your current temp HP if it's lower.
Thank you. It is.
Got you like an IV at the moment. Saily!
Hanging on.
Okay, alright, I've got 2 bunches of bugs. Right, if I move off them, what happens if I try and move, say, 1 square forwards? to
Nothing
here?
happens because you're just 5 feet away, so you're still technically engaged with them. If you move farther than that, you'd provoke an attack.
I'm moving here,
Okay.
and I'm going to hold out a glove with a shiny crystal on it.
Ooh.
And thunder wave. Actually, I'm going to. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I'm going to thunder.
Silvo.
No, I'm thunder waving. Yeah, I'm thunder waving this git.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Let
Outstanding.
me get my spell and try and push him off, or at least do something to get him off Brine. So Thunder Wave has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. What's my DC that I'm looking to
Your
try to beat?
DC is 14.
Yeah. So I guess a 7 won't do it, huh?
No.
Okay, so
Okay, so let me roll 2d8 thunder damage. That's for 12, and it's pushed back 10 feet away from me towards this wall here.
yes. So let's see. That's 5, 10. Yes, I would like you to roll 1d6 to see how much damage it takes when it slams into the wall.
4.
Alrighty. Okay.
Nice.
And then it sort of lands comically in the web and just sort of
Do I
hangs
get an
there.
attack of opportunity because I pushed it 5 feet
No,
away?
sadly not that. But you do. Like it sort of
Okay.
slams there as like hanging in this web.
Okay,
Does Brian get an attack of opportunity by any chance?
Does Brian get an attack of opportunity?
It's a great question, isn't it?
I mean, she would like one.
Yeah, why
But
not?
legally speaking,
Sure, why not? It's the spider is zipping past you. I think that's reasonable. Go ahead and make your attack.
yes.
And this
Is
is the
it-
one attack action that's 2, so yes. Like
So I have both my
Yes.
scimitars, yeah?
Go
Yes.
for it.
'Cause it's
Awesome.
Get your
Right now.
revenge.
Does 11 hit?
that does not hit. That's a miss.
Damn it. Does 12 hit?
What would you believe? No. Sorry.
Aw,
Maybe
damn
that's
it.
what happens because you're like, wait, what? Slash.
Wasted opportunity.
Sorry. No luck.
Spider tumbles by really fast.
You should always have your scimitars out just in case, just to like stab creatures that may fly
Yeah.
by for no
I
reason.
mean, they are, but I'm resting on both of them as walking.
Yeah, no,
keep
it's rough.
myself
No, I get it.
straight.
I get it.
Am I able to now move forward 5 feet there without provoking the spiders because I'm still adjacent?
5. Yes, you could still do that.
Okay. Just like shield out. I'm just pushing it back in the corner to try and contain it for now.
Love
That's
it.
my move. Help.
Love it. Silvo, you were up next.
Right. I'm aiming at the Ettercap.
Okay.
I can't see the Ettercap properly through 2 swarms of insects.
No, you can. The swarms are still on the ground, and you're shooting over the altar. So remember, it's
Oh.
stood up again, so you can see it.
Damn it, I was building up some RP so I could cast a spell.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I'm sorry. Would you like me to say the spiders stack on top of each other so that you can't really see?
No, I think because you say swarm, and I think like around me.
Flying swarm. No, but it's a swarm of
Yeah,
spiders.
It's a swarm of spiders, so they're all on the ground, aren't they?
I mean, if you want, I could have them flying around on webs and like running into your part.
Don't make them.
No, I'm okay. Thanks. I hate that idea. In that case, classic. I would like to use a spell, but I don't want it to be very obvious. Mike playing a silver fashion. The crossbow jams, and he's very angry with it. So in his anger, he's gonna cast Mind Sliver on the Ettercap.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Can it make an intelligence saving throw, please?
All
Your
right.
DC is 14.
14. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna. All right, hang on a sec. No, completely misses that.
No? Excellent stuff. So 1d6 psychic damage. This is where you tell me it's somehow immune to psychic damage.
It has no psyche. Oh, damn it!
Yeah, it's too stupid.
It's
to not
a
say
psychic. Yeah.
Oh, 1. Oh god.
Oh.
However, subtract 1d4 from its next saving throw before the end of my next turn.
From its next saving throw. Okay.
Saving throw. So if the Ettercap, if we'll all remember, if the Ettercap needs to make a saving throw on something, it
Okay.
needs to just subtract 1d4.
Sounds
So all
like a
you
plan.
hear is this, and this clicking of a crossbow, and the Ettercap just looks mildly annoyed.
This guy was like, "Arr." And then you're staying where you are, Silvo?
Yes.
Okay.
I am, however, shouting in, do you think we should leave the danger room and funnel them through the door?
Okay.
You mean the door you're in the way of?
I'm only the way part of it. I didn't see.
This is the
Kenku
first
hanging
door.
on
It
the
all leads together.
That's about as much as we get as an exchange in 6 seconds. The Ettercap gets up, or actually he was already standing, and charges towards Morthwill. Now, Morthwill, when it reaches you, it is now going to do this thing that I previously described as going towards waves, because it's now actually in melee range of you. And it is this spinning, like, gray metallic disc-like thing, or at least it looks like that. You think it's actually probably a web, but it seems to have been shaped differently. But it may not matter because that is only a 12.
Does not hit.
Okay, so it's going to miss with that.
Bing, off with the shield.
Yep, and that was its full turn because its multi-attack is when it uses Biden's Claws, so that does not work. Okay, that's good. Bad round for the Ettercap. Good round for you guys. Waves, you were up next. Brian is on deck.
Okay. Waves is gonna do a 1 5-foot step over
Okay.
here
Yep.
and hit that Ettercap.
Okay. Awesome.
That's the plan.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. I feel similarly.
Do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
You can do it.
9.
9 is not going to do it. Sorry.
That's a 2 that I rolled.
Unless someone in chat has an inspiration from my channel that they would like to provide. If you are
Start of the month.
supporter on my channel, of the Patreon at the tier 2 level, or the Patreon at the $10 level, or sub to my channel at tier 2, you could inspire. If anyone in my channel, from my channel's community and so on, is here, waits
So,
for
chat people,
it.
I rolled a 2. It's statistically unlikely that I'm gonna roll worse.
Don't
So your
say that.
inspiration is most likely gonna be useful.
Imaginary.
At least it's gonna be better than now.
That's right. Imaginary exponent is like, alas, I'm afraid it looks like we're not going to get the inspiration. So unfortunately, that is a miss, Wave. Sorry.
Damn it.
Oh, wait. Effect
there,
Life is
Effect
here.
Life.
The power of Effect Life compels you. I was wondering about that because I was like, if Effect Life's around. Okay.
Thank you, Effect Life. Okay, let's do this
Effect
again.
Life, you angel. Thank you.
All right. One more time.
One more time.
There you go.
23.
That's how you do it.
go.
Yeah. Hit for sure.
Yeah. Let's do some damage on that Ether Cap.
Thanks, Effect Life.
In the name of Effect Life.
Ooh.
14 damage.
Jeez, he hits like a truck.
Smote him.
Okay, so you just
That's his life.
That's 1 point less than max damage. So,
staggers the
yeah.
Adder Cap. The Adder Cap is very hurt. Not dead, but there's like, you can see green ichor bubbling from wounds, and it's kind of like, Effect Life, whoa. I'm just kidding. It doesn't do that. But it definitely is in bad shape with that hit.
Awesome.
Okay, good stuff. You're staying where you are, I'm guessing, Waves, having moved forward.
Yeah, I'm staying where I am.
Okay, Brian, you're up. You've got a swarm under you. Actually, you have swarm under you, 2 swarms next to you, a swarm next to that one, a giant spider, and a very badly hurt Ettercap. And what would you like to do?
Everything's fine. I don't know what you're worried about. This is a normal Tuesday.
We're just flanking.
Tuesday.
That's all we're doing.
Yeah, we're flanking, exactly, yeah.
The swarms are snuggly. I mean, there's a lot of love going around.
Yes.
It's like a carpet, isn't it? It's just like a
Yeah.
carpet under your feet rather than
A
the
carpet that
floorboards.
moves you around the room.
Yeah, a moving carpet, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not like that at all. Okay, so the Ettercap is furthest away from me, so it's not really conducive for me trying to attack that. I'm going to attack the swarm that's underneath me.
I will say one thing quickly before you do that. You could, if you let me see how this would work. No, I was going to say that you could pass through Morthwill's space. You could move through your own party's space if they let you through, but that would be 10 feet, which would mean you would provoke attack of opportunity from one of the swarms. Actually, 2 of the swarms. So that probably isn't great.
I would rather not.
Yeah.
With
Okay.
my 6 temporary hit points and my 4 hit points.
Yeah.
I like living on the edge, but that's not
Too much.
So I'm going to attack the swarm that's underneath me.
Okay.
I'm going to use my offhand scimitar first. Does 14 hit?
Yes, it does. That's a hit.
For 6 slashing.
Okay, not as much as you would have hoped, but it's a lot fewer spiders now on that one because that was the one you had already hit.
Yeah, it's the only weapon I have.
Yep.
And then the +1, which is another 14 to hit.
Will
with
also
another
hit.
6 slashing.
Yep. That looks now very much like highly reduced. Not too much left to this swarm that's underneath you.
There's not a lot else I can do here, so I'm going to end my turn.
Okay. That one will start by attacking you. It is very reduced in number, though, which should help. 21 to hit.
I mean, that hits.
Yeah, but is going to do... let me actually not say anything before. It'll be fine. Okay. That's going to do a total of 5 damage. So you are at 1 temp, I believe.
1 temporary hit point, yeah.
Okay. Now let's see. The ones next to you have a
Your
target
lucky hit
rich.
point.
Yeah, the ones next to you have a target rich environment. Let's see. I think one of them is going to crawl 5 feet into Silvo's square. Actually, wait a sec. Yeah, okay, good. That's what I thought. Right. One of them is going to crawl into Silvo's square and is going to attempt to attack Silvo. But do so terribly with a 5.
Yeah, my AC's bad. It's not that bad.
Let's see. Then this one is going to move down to Morthwill and is going to try to attack you at a 19.
19 will hit.
Okay. Oops. Okay. That is going to do 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay, so
one
with
reg.
actual.
Yep. Yep. And your temper gone for the moment. Right. Okay. This next one here is going to come down to attack waves. And we're looking at a 5, so that was horrible.
Yeah, no, 5 doesn't hit.
Okay, so we had 1 on Brine, 1 on Silvo, 1 on Waves, and the one that was already there. Okay, so yeah, so I think that's all of the swarms, which means we're up to the giant spider. The giant spider is also going to attack Morthwill in an attempt to eliminate it as a threat, but I don't think that's going to do it. That's a 12, which is not going to do it, right?
Does not hit.
Okay. So the giant spider is going to miss you, and that means it is now, and not miss you in the Sade sense. I miss you. That's not like a spider miss the rain. Okay, you're up, Morthwill.
I'm just gonna try and firebolt this.
That would solve the problem.
It would solve the problem, and the ship, and our adventure.
And the ship, and the party members.
No, I'm just gonna do a firebolt in it right in its face over the shield, I think.
We finished our campaign yesterday. How? Well, in an explosion.
That was a long way to get to a 10. Great.
10 against what were you shooting that at?
That was against the big spider that we've kind of pinned in the corner.
Yeah, that's not going to do it, I'm afraid.
Nope. Well, that's in that case, I'm just going to activate... Nope, not that one. That's not Shield Toad. Holy moly, 11 HP all round.
Wow. Okay.
Highest you can get.
All right,
Nice.
so 11 temp for Morthwill. I assume...
Sorry, I forgot to update that. That should be 12 because it's my int modifier, and I forgot to update that when I did my ability score improvement.
So 12 temp for Morthwill, 12
Should be
temp
+4.
for Silvo, 12 temp for Waves, and I'm assuming Brian would prefer to have 12 to 1 temp, but correct me if I'm wrong.
I would like that, actually. I mean, shocking. I know.
Good stuff. That shield torus is pretty clutch. Okay, good stuff, Morthwill. That leads us to Silvo, unless you're moving somewhere, Morthwill.
Morthwill's gadgets have saved us on more than one.
Yeah. Yeah, they have.
I'm going to shift down to here.
Okay, you can do that.
Yep.
All right, now, Silvo, you are up.
How can I attack this swarm underneath me?
You can move 5 feet out of the way. I mean, you could just attack it where it is, or you could move 5 feet away from it and do the same thing.
As in, could I just stamp on it?
Well, no.
Because I have a crossbow and a dagger.
You could dagger it.
Okay, I'll dagger the swarm.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Don't have dagger set up as a macro. I can't remember what daggers are on thingy. I think
Daggers should be 1d4 right, 1d4 plus your strength mod, if any.
Plus my strength. So 1d4. Wait, that was wrong, wasn't it?
I was gonna say you got to hit him first.
Yeah.
Would they have noticed?
Yeah, exactly. They don't even notice. You're like,
yeah.
But yeah, go ahead and make your attack roll first.
You are gonna have to bear with me just 1 second. My roll 20 has just frozen.
That's fine.
Wow, it's really not a good tech knife for me. Holy cow. There you go. A 3.
A 3,
No.
yeah.
No,
That's
absolutely
sadly.
nothing.
Like
Yeah.
sort of reaching down. Yeah, that does
I
not.
drop the dagger. This is what happens.
Yeah, it's like
They disarm me at this point.
the spider takes your blade and like tosses it out of your hand with its mandible.
Then takes my money and my jewels
exactly.
and my crossbow.
And then slaps you around the jowls and tells you to get away. Insults your mother. All right. Are you?
Hey, my mother was a saint.
Are you? Man. Are you moving out of the square? Because you can move 5 feet without them attacking you.
Yeah. In the kerfuffle, Can I move to here?
Sure, you could do that.
Thanks. Let's do that.
Absolutely. Okay, so that was Silvo. That means the Ettercap is going to go. All right, the Ettercap is going to turn up. It's got multiple things it could do. It started by attacking Morthwheel. It's probably going to stay on that. Although, wait a minute. No, who just hit it? Wasn't it Waves that hit it for 1 billion points of damage?
Yes.
So no, it's going to attack Waves. It was the thing that did the most pain just now. So it is going.
I am the thing that did the most pain.
Yeah, you did the most pain. So let's see. To the pain. All right, 13. It's going to do the multi-attack bite and claws. So we're talking 13 for the claws, which probably misses.
Yeah, no.
And then 22 though for the bite.
22 hits.
All right. So I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Is this a disease?
It is poison, not a disease.
Okay. Where is the saving throw? There we go. 11.
11. Yeah, 11 is enough. Just enough. Okay, so you're not going to take the poison damage. You'll just take the regular damage from it, which is 5 points coming off your temp. So 7 temp. Somehow Waves is completely fresh so far through all of this. Has not been hit yet. Okay, so that's the Ettercap's turn.
Birds
Speaking
eat
of Waves,
spiders, though, don't they?
Say again.
Birds eat spiders.
That's true. That's true. They are ancient enemies, and so Waves. Do you want to finish off this ancient enemy? It's your turn.
Yeah, well, let's try to get rid of the Ettercap.
Okay.
I try to hit the Ettercap. 21.
Yeah, absolutely.
And 8 damage.
You stab it through the neck. This thing is
It has a neck.
drops to the ground.
Okay.
I mean, a big neck.
Okay.
Sort of a torso part of its head neck. But yes, and it drops to the ground, ichor bubbling from its wounds, and lies still. Now what? Where would you like to move?
Can I just give it a little kick because I'm angry?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It makes the sound like the kicking of a flabby football.
Okay, I cannot really move without provoking an attack of opportunity from that damn swarm thing.
Exactly, Quadrillion. It had a neck.
Yeah,
Past
there's
tense.
one below me still.
Yeah.
And there's one next to me. So if I move, it's not. This is not gonna work out.
Yeah, you can move
So I'll
5.
stay
You can
here.
move 5 feet to disengage if you wished. You could move like say here.
Nah,
But it's up to
let's. No, it's better. It's better. I mean, if I'm not really. Does flanking still exist in D&D?
Oh, sure, it does, but you're not really in a position to do it where you are at the moment. At
No,
least,
like
I don't know.
like the swarm that is north of Silvo and west of me.
Mm-hmm.
Is that not a swarm that I'm flanking?
Wait, what do you
north
mean?
north of Morthwell and west of me.
No, that's not a flank.
Not a flank.
Brine has a flank on that theoretically, because of where
Well.
Brine is located. And if you
Okay.
happen to be best buddies with the spider, the giant spider, you could be definitely flanking it right now.
I think you have to be literally on the opposite side of someone that's
Exactly.
directly fighting it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, I don't think the spider's gonna help. So, but still, I'm gonna stand here because flanking something with Brian is not the worst thing. So
Okay.
I'm gonna stay here.
Sounds like a plan. That leads us to Brine with her hale and hearty 12 temp hit points.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, winging a prayer. I am not. I am still under over a swarm.
Yes.
Excuse me. So that's the one I'm going to go for first.
Okay. It's the one you've been hitting before.
14 to hit,
Will hit. Yep.
and that's 7 points of slashing.
Very close to destroyed this swarm.
26 crit.
Wow. You annihilate the swarm, what's left of it. So you like skewer, you kebab 2 of the spiders, on your scimitar. Okay, let me just move you for a second so I can get rid of that. That swarm is gone.
You get
3
your
remain.
8 legs off me.
So, good stuff. Are you moving anywhere now? There's a swarm.
I don't think I can without provoking an attack.
You could shift 5 feet if you wanted. Like, it would only give you a room to move here, or technically
No, I
here.
kind of like the idea of flanking the swarm
Mhm.
opposite Morthwell.
That makes sense. Okay. All right. Well, now it's the swarm's turn. So, or swarms, plural. So the first one is going to crawl onto Silvo. I'm sure Silvo's delighted.
Get
Um,
off me.
and it's going to. That's with the 7 though, so I don't think that's going to do anything.
Nope.
Let me just check to make sure there's one under waves. There is. Waves 1 is going to attack you with also a 7, where the swarms have been not getting the job done. And then this one is going to crawl onto Brian,
Beautiful.
and that's a 5. The swarms have been horrific, let's just be clear. Okay, that's going to lead us to the giant spider, which is going to continually try to attack Morthwill. And
Checking if those are swarm under me. I'm losing track.
yeah,
that
that's
sounds
I know. It's I had the same thing where I'm like trying to be like, okay, that is a 20, not natural, with a bite.
I'll take the hit.
Okay. So we are looking at. Thank you for the follow. Let's see. Rock crashing his bulges. Okay. Let's see. So that is. First of all, that is 9 piercing damage, Morthwill.
Okay.
So you're down to 3 temp. And then I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Ooh. Is this against poison?
Yes.
I have advantage.
Awesome.
Constitution saving, right. 13?
13 is not enough, I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, poison's weaker than our lager.
Not enough. So that means you are going to take 9 points of poison damage in addition. So that means your temps are at 0, and then you're going to take 6 normal, I think. So you're 27, I have you at now?
Yeah, that's what I've got.
Okay, cool. All right. I mean, not cool. It's just unfortunate. Right. That was the giant spider. That means Morthwill, you were up. Also, this giant spider's quite hurt.
Yeah, so on that subject, I'd like to shift here. Oh, maybe not there. That's a little. Well, you know what? Sod it. I'm gonna shift right into the corner, just like shield slide along around the side of him, so I'm on the opposite side from Brian.
Okay.
I'm gonna draw my club and just attempt to bash him in the face.
Okay.
So let's see how this does.
You set it up.
14?
14 will hit. Yes.
Okay. And I rolled the highest damage, 4.
Okay. Not dead, but quite hurt. Ichor bubbling from everywhere. Okay.
Alright, that'll do. I've set him up, knock him down.
All right. So that is Morthwill. That leads us to Silvo. Silvo, what would you like to do? You have a very badly hurt spider and a swarm of spiders around you.
How many swarms of spiders have I got around me?
Let's see.
Is it just the one, or is it
you've got one. You have one swarm that's. Oh no, not on you. You have one swarm next to you. There's one swarm under Brian and one swarm under Waves. So you have one swarm next to you, unless you want to attack the one on Waves. But you know.
I've got spiders crawling up my legs and on my feet.
Right.
I'm just gonna try and get rid of those.
That's what I
Now
thought.
I've actually figured out how to do a proper knife attack. I'm gonna do a knife attack.
Okay, sounds good.
There you go. A
Well,
23.
That'll hit.
Jesus.
100% hits.
Damn right you figured out how to do it.
Bang, 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 bang.
Like this.
Right. Yeah. There we go. 5 points of damage.
Okay. So it again does not take as much as you would have hoped, but still does take some damage.
It's much better than I thought it would.
All right, good stuff. And I assume you're staying where you are. So
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, Waves, you're up. You've got a total of 3 swarms and that spider, that's that giant spider that Morthwill's dealing with, which looks pretty hurt too.
Yeah. As the swarms so far haven't done a lot of damage, I think I'll actually risk the attack of opportunity here. Oh wait, can I step on the swarm and then step the 5 feet over it without...
That's exactly right.
I'm gonna do that.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna hit the spider, the big one.
Makes sense.
The hope of getting rid of this one. 19.
Yeah, that hits.
And damage. 10 damage.
You stab it right through its body, and it and expires.
I also kick this one.
Okay. Right. Okay. So you have only 3 swarms remaining. Okay.
Yeah, I'll stay where I am.
All right. Sounds good. Brian, you were up. You have swarm underneath you, I think. Yes, you have a swarm still underneath you. Although this one is, this was a semi-fresh one, so to speak.
Yeah, okay. So I destroyed the one that was previously underneath
Correct.
me, and now I have
A
a
new one has come to you. Yes.
Okay, I will attack that one then. Does 10 hit?
10 is not enough, I'm afraid.
Does a crit
Another
hit?
26, the second crit, to be clear. Yes, that will hit by quite a lot. So what's your
That
max
will
damage
be
there?
6 + 1.
Okay, so it, again, doesn't take as much, but... and you were attacking the one that was...
Underneath me.
Underneath you, which would... Right, okay. Which had previously been hit by... okay, right. Wait. I see what I did. Okay. I accidentally made the one that was Silvo's. Okay, now I know what I'm doing. Right.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a crit, do you not do max damage?
Yeah, you do, but it's always going to be resistant even at max damage.
Yeah, but
it's
that roll's not max damage.
Oh, well then that's fair.
I think the roll itself is a low roll. If I just hover over the 6.
The scimitar +1 is 1d6 + 4, so 10.
Okay, then that does make a difference. Yep. So does not take as much, but takes more than that. Thank you, Mike. Okay, yep. So you've that thing is starting to look a little bit less impressive, that swarm. And are you moving? Are you like shifting 5 feet out of the way or staying where you are?
I'm not moving because if I destroy the one underneath me, I want to be within distance of the other one.
Okay. All right. That one is going to attack you, Brian, with a 5. Extraordinarily exciting how well these swarms have been doing, by which I mean not at all. Then I keep moving the characters, going to try to make sure I remember which one is which. One of them is going to attack Silvo. That's a 13, Silvo.
That is not hit, no.
Okay.
Thank you, Mage Armor.
And then this one is going to go underneath Waves and is going to attempt to crawl up on Waves, and that is an 11.
Yeah, no.
Another bad one for them. Okay, top of the round, no giant spiders left. Morthwill, you are up. We have 3 swarms on your companions.
Run over to Brian and start thwacking my club away at spiders.
Yeah, absolutely you can, sure.
God, don't hit her feet. God, don't hit her feet.
Smash,
Meanwhile,
smash.
Brian is dancing as Northwell is hitting the club on the ground.
Take
you're
30
doing-
bludgeoning
yeah,
damage. God damn it.
Brian's doing like an Irish dance on the swarm.
Yeah,
I'm providing
yeah.
the percussion.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So, club on the spooders. Let's do this. Nope, that's the damage. 14.
14 will hit, yep.
3 bludgeoning.
Okay. All right. Further reduced in power and in size. Nope, not entirely. Okay. I think that's all for Morthwill. Silvo, you got a swarm on you. You got a swarm on you.
Let's see if we can... We got a swarm on you.
Because they're
And
mine.
now I'm going to stab it. 14?
Yes.
Excellent. Let's try 4 points of damage.
All right. Okay, good stuff. And I
Just
assume
taken to like using the flat end of the dagger just to like squish them.
squish. And you're staying where you are, Silvo, I assume?
Yes.
Okay. Waves, you were up next. You got a swarm on you too.
I also let's not have that.
Okay.
I'll try to hit that swarm, which is gonna look a little bit ridiculous with a rapier, I guess, but let's try this.
Shish kebab and the spiders. Jeez. Yeah, 26 will hit. Waves is just, man. Yep.
It's all still effects live inspiration.
I forgot to roll my shield toad, but we're all still on 12 temporary HP, aren't we?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I wasn't, but...
Okay,
8
that's true.
piercing for the swarm.
Okay, the swarms are starting to look kind of messed up. All the swarms are gone. Okay, Waves, are you shifting or staying where you are?
You know what? I'm gonna stand like this.
Okay. Now I've cleared you. I'll flank you this time. That actually,
We spent this whole fight jumping across hordes of spiders.
yeah, I mean it's true. It's totally true. Okay. All right. That is let's see. That's leading up to, but I think that's Brian. But I think Inanna just went AFK momentarily. So instead, I'm just going to point out that you were watching the day episode 418 of D&D with GOG called Pen and Pixels, and that happens to be D&D with GOG Ghosts of Saltmarsh. We are on the Ghost ship. Much of this session has been used up in dealing with a very difficult fight, but it is a difficult fight that may yield some excellent dividends once the party gets through it. So. And it's also featured some extraordinarily ineffective swarms. So there's also that.
He means on the next step we're going to be fighting ghost spiders.
Yeah.
It just keeps leveling up. It's like that ghost spider and then like ghost ettercap and then
all the spiders we have killed so far.
Yeah.
all combined together into one Voltron spider.
An
like,
arachno lich. Oh man.
Inanna, you're up. You're up next.
Formed by many spiders to create one
It's
super.
just spiders.
And all form
all
the
way
mandible.
down.
All four fighting Brine, who has 12 hit points.
And
okay.
4. 12 plus
Okay,
4.
okay.
Let's be clear.
I forgot the 4. Right, so it's just the swarm. Is there another swarm underneath me now?
Yeah, there is. There's
Okay,
basically a
wonderful.
swarm under everybody but Morthwill and Wave. Well, it was Waves before. So you and Silvo have swarms underneath you.
Okay.
You
But we're
technically
also
are
flanking a swarm.
You are
We're
flanking a swarm. That is true. You are
I
technically
made this.
flanking a swarm.
Okay, I would like to attack the. Okay, I have never done a flanking maneuver in D&D before. So...
You are going to get a chance to attack. Each of your attacks is going to get advantage here. So each of your attacks, you have an attack action that means you attack twice. Each of those 2 attacks you should roll at advantage. And be aware, because everyone gets really excited about this, that if you get flanked, the same thing applies to you. So be aware of that.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've opened up a thing here with the DM by invoking flanking.
It's okay.
It's only taken us 10 years of D&D, though, to be fair.
It's true.
That's absolutely fine. So because I have 2 attacks, because I have 2 swords, I have 2 attacks both at advantage.
Right. Correct.
Awesome. So I'm just going to click this first one twice
Got it.
because. Okay, so
Jesus.
another crit.
Seriously? That's 3 crits in a
Again?
row. God almighty. Okay.
And the max is 1d6 plus 3.
So that's okay. So
I don't
yeah.
know
Although
it
why
says
am I
plus
seeing?
5 there?
No, that's your.
Oh, I've got plus 5 because I've got proficiency.
So, but okay, but under the damage, I'm confused about that.
Yeah, I
I
don't know why
think-
it says 6 plus 5 there.
I think it's set to roll an additional d6 when you crit.
It's got the-
untick that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's got the crit setting.
Right,
on.
my homebrew crit rules is the max
Yeah.
damage thing, which is
So
less in
1d6
this
plus
case,
3.
but is usually better for you. Usually, because you could have also rolled a 1 and then it would have been less. But this for me, it's always max. So
Okay, well, in which case you fill your boots. You can attribute that as you like. Yeah. So the
Okay.
max damage is 1d6 plus 3,
yep, got
Um,
that. Okay,
and then advantage
Second attack.
on my other weapon.
yeah.
Slightly less. Does 11 hit?
11 does not quite hit. Sorry,
Ah, damn it.
not quite. But you've done a lot of damage to both. And
Only a certain number of crits in a round.
Yeah.
so this thing is going to. So unless you're moving anywhere, Brian, are you or no?
No, I'm not going to move because I want to continue to flank this one
Okay.
with waves.
It's going to make the incredibly tactical decision to crawl onto Waves, which is 5 feet, so it doesn't provoke. And also gets out of the flank. That's that advanced spider tactics that I learned in school. And then it's going to uselessly attack for 12, because that's what swarms do these days, apparently. Man, I haven't seen a team this ineffective since Illinois lost to UConn the other day. Hey-oh! Did I say that out loud? Okay. All right, so...
Just thinking, quick, everyone flank waves.
yeah, exactly. Wait a minute. Okay, Silvo, the one attacking you gets an 18.
That hits.
My God, they actually can hit. Okay. Let's see. Okay, that is right. So, all right. That is going to do a total of 12 damage. So that means that's your temp gone.
That's my temp. Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm
All
just
right.
like, they're just biting my legs through under my trousers. I'm just like, you little son, get off.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and now the one that's going to attack, I think, Brine, which is not attacked yet, and is going to get a 10. So, yeah. Okay, Morthwill, you are up, and Silvo's on deck.
Okay, first up, Shield Toad.
Okay.
Better safe than sorry. Did I just roll a... Wait, what's that? Okay, that's the macro. I think I just rolled... Yep.
So that's 12.
That's 12.
All right, so Morthwill, you're at 12 again.
Yeah.
I'm still at 12 temp hit points, so thank you, Will.
Does that count for everyone, does it?
Yep. Within 10 feet. Yep, everyone's within 10 feet.
So that includes
Excellent.
Waves
I'll
as well,
have
if you want that, Waves. I assume you
I'll
do.
have those back.
I'm assuming Waves wants 12, not 7.
Okay.
All right.
I can't really throw a firebolt at anyone. It might be considered impolite, so I'm just going to keep thwacking away with my club right now.
Okay, go ahead.
5 is very unlikely to hit.
Miss, probably because you're trying to avoid hitting Brian at the same time, I'm guessing.
Like Bryce has gone, wah, just as I've gone to swing, and I've gone, wah, and hit the wall.
All the dancing amongst the clubs at the feet, like they get tiring after a while.
That's true. It's
sometimes
true.
the toe gets abashed.
Okay,
old for
sorry,
clubbing.
Morthwill. Assuming you're staying where you
Too
are.
old
Well,
for
you can tell me if
clubbing.
you are staying where you are. Are you?
I'm just going to stay here trying to assist Bride without conking her on the head.
Silvo, that leads us to you then.
Stabby, stabby, stabby,
Okay.
stabby insects. Let's do this.
Stabby insects. Yeah, that's a hit.
20, excellent. Damage 6.
Okay, that one is starting to look quite discombobulated, that swarm.
It's just like my arm is now getting really tired. How many are there?
There were a lot to begin with. Okay, assuming Silvo's not moving, but correct me if I'm wrong,
moving.
then Waves, you're up.
Okay, I still have got like one swarm on me.
Yep.
There it is.
Yes.
I'm moving here and will attack the swarm.
Okay.
Wait, where did it go? There it went. 9.
9 is not going to do it. Sorry.
Okay. Well then.
That is a miss. But you are in that spot, Brian. You are up. One's still on you.
I'm going to continue to attack the ones that are under my feet.
This one you can do, so you get to attack twice, but this is not an advantage here. So just so you know.
Oh, the one that is between me and Waves.
If you move up to it, yes. If you move up 5 feet, which wouldn't provoke, then you could then attack that swarm at advantage.
Okay, I'm going to do that then.
Okay.
Makes sense. Okay, so I'm attacking the one between myself and Brian at advantage.
Okay.
First weapon.
Oh my
I
god.
got another crit.
4 consecutive crits. Good gravy. Okay, that was the other one. Obviously, you're going to take the crit.
I'm going
on
to
that.
take the 25 if
Yep.
it's okay with you.
That sounds good to me.
That's 1d6 plus 3 slashing. I know it says 6 plus 3, so
that's going to be
1d6
9.
plus 3.
Very close to dead. Destroyed.
And then the other scimitar.
Oh, gee, you're
22,
slipping. Jeez.
Slightly more disappointing.
So 10, but that is still enough to destroy it. Okay, this swarm is gone. 2 swarms remain, both hurt, 1 badly. And Brian, well, you couldn't, unless you move back on top of it, then you couldn't really move without. Well, no, you could go here or go here without provoking if you want.
I'm going to stay where I am so that Morthwill and Silvo have the same kind of advantage.
Right, because it's going to, well, yeah, because it, right. We'll see which ones it moves towards. Because let's see, Silvo's here. That has a swarm. So this one, so this swarm, first we'll do the one that's on Silvo, which is more hurt. That's a 17.
That will hit, yes.
Okay. That is 5 points to your temp, I think.
Yep.
5 points of damage. And then this one is going to move this way onto 5 feet only onto Morthwill. And that is a 12, which I don't think is enough.
Yeah.
Okay, Morthwill, you're up. Silvo's on deck. Morthwill, you got one under you. Silvo, you have one under you.
Okay, well, I'm going to shift here.
Okay.
And it's not on anyone at the moment, so I'm going to firebolt it.
Okay.
Hopefully. No. No, I'm not.
You shoot it directly into the ceiling, apparently. So-
Oh.
that does not hit, I'm sorry to say, Morthwill. You're staying where you are, though?
Yeah, I think so. Can I squeeze in that corner?
Sure, you can do that.
Okay, I'll do that.
That leads us to Silvo, who's up next.
Stab. I've missed. It's
Miss. That's an 8. Yep. Are you moving anywhere? Or are you staying where you
Brian
are,
stole
Silvo?
our rolls.
No, I'm good.
Waves, you're up.
Sorry, my mouse didn't want to move to the unmute button. So just quick. I forgot where the swarms are hiding. Is this is this just one left?
There's one under Silvo and one under Morthwill. So if you move here, you could technically flank the one that's on Morthwill over here for the moment. Because Brian could let you pass, assuming that Brian was okay with that.
Brian, would you let me pass? I assume so.
I'm assuming
So
that's
I'm
a
just
yes.
I'm gonna hit the one between me and Morthwill then with advantage.
I forgot to shield again.
Yes, indeed. But go ahead and do the advantage thing. Okay,
18.
18 will hit. Yep.
And then we're gonna do the damage. Which is here. 8.
Okay.
Piercing.
Very close to dead. Not destroyed, that swarm, but it's very reduced. Okay, and Waves, I assume, is staying there.
I'm
Brian,
staying there.
that leads us to you then. Sorry, you're muted, I think. You're muted. You're muted.
Inanda, you're muted.
Sorry, I was
okay.
trying to type and not let anyone else hear me. I've not got a swarm underneath me anymore. Apart
Right.
from the one I can see, is there one under Waves?
So, nope, there's one under Silvo is the other one.
Okay, I'm going to go for the one under Silvo.
Okay.
Oh.
So now Silvo gets to dance. This is just
Ah.
your 2 attacks, but they're not at advantage, but normal.
Normal, yeah.
Hacking away near my feet. I'm like, whoa, watch my toes.
Okay, just cool your jets. 13?
13 will hit, yes.
13 will hit, and I didn't take off any of your toes, I might add.
This time.
8 slashing damage.
Looks, yes, very close to death again.
And 19.
Yep.
With 10 slashing damage. See, I didn't even touch you.
Yep.
I don't know what you were worried about, Silvo. Just like a nice little jig.
A nice little
alongside
jig. And
spiders,
it is
all good.
destroyed. So
I'm
there
pretty
is-
sure that lace used to be longer, but I'll let it slide.
So destroyed. Okay, and are you staying where you are, Brian, or moving anywhere?
I am going to stay here because I'm still in like spitting distance of the other swarm.
Okay. This one is going to shift 5 feet to Morthwill, and it's going to try to attack to the extent that it can. Its once proud numbers reduced. It gets an 8, so pretty much no. Which leads us up to Morthwill. Morthwill, you have a swarm on you.
I do indeed. So I'm going to shift down here. We're going to play the musical tiles, and I'm going to shoot a fireball at it.
Thank you for the
Fireballs.
thank you for the sub as well, Wolfsight. Thank you for the prime sub. We appreciate it. Thank you. And hello, Cadillac Jack. All right, go ahead and make your attack.
Yes, 13.
13 will hit. Yeah.
Hey! 5 points of fire damage.
5 points of fire damage, you'll be happy to know, is enough. It destroys it, and as the things gradually burn to a crisp, the sort of everything, other than the creaking of the timbers, everything else quiets down, and you are now in this room with debris scattered about it. And we're out of initiative.
And the creepy.
I immediately start searching the piles of trash.
Okay.
Going, this better have been worth it.
I'll investigate the stairs while that's going on as well.
I would like from both of you perception checks, please.
Okay.
A perception check is a very specific check considering I'm digging through garbage, but okay.
15 total with guidance.
7.
Yeah, the 7. Yeah, I know I know what you mean, but no, in this case. So you do not find anything, Silvo, except there is a whole lot of garbage. Although, actually, I take that back. I want to know actually you do find something, but I want to know what Waves and Brian are doing, and then I will talk to Silvo and to Morthwell.
I would like to investigate the staircase.
Okay, so let me have you make a perception check too. Waves, what about you?
I would like to kind of stand guard with my rapier and the shield at the ready, because who knows what's going to pop up out of the trash still or from the staircase or whatever my party members
I
are
imagine
looking
you
at.
just poking piles of trash every now and then with your rapier.
Just in case,
nope,
like,
that's clear.
Preemptively,
Nope,
like
that's
stab.
clear.
Okay, so
It's like a new
Silvo.
hope with like the
Well, I'm-
tentacles in the trash.
Yeah.
bag.
I didn't pick
Exactly.
up any detect magic from this room, so you're probably just poking trash.
Silvo, you find
Hello.
a small sack as you're looking through the mud and litter, and it is obviously covered in mud and spider ichor, and it's pretty slimy and
To
gross.
be fair, I've dug through worse.
Yeah. That's true. And there is, it does seem to have some things inside this small little sack.
Without opening the sack, do they feel like coins?
No.
What do they feel like?
They feel
You
hard,
had to
maybe
give me,
rock-like.
an hard rock-like objects in this sack.
Right. That's right.
All right, just stick that.
Spider eggs!
So you got that.
They're not going to be. Is it? It's a leather sack, right? It's not like a. No, it's made of spider's web.
It's a canvas, but yes.
It's canvas back, so so it's like a purse. Okay.
Is
I'm
there
just gonna-
like a really secure department of the surrogate bag of holding that Morthwell has that can contain these kind of creatures?
No, I mostly just shove it in.
Let's do it. Shove them in.
The what now?
What?
Spiders. Put
I
them
don't
in
want
the sack.
spiders in my bag of holding.
Yeah, don't. My food's in there.
Yeah, when I want eggs, I want chicken eggs, not
We might
spiders.
need them in the future.
I'm pretty sure I'll never be hungry for spider eggs.
I didn't mean for food.
Right. I'm gonna.
Moth will
pocket
just
that
cannot
and
compute
throw it
any
in.
alternative use. It's just like
He's gonna. So I was gonna go back to his pastime of digging through more garbage.
In the meanwhile, Morthwell, while you're being absolutely scandalized at the concept of what else would you use spider eggs for? Both you find, and then with Brian's help, assuming Brian is willing to do this, you're able to pull free a fairly large 2 books, basically. One of them, both of them are leather bound. One of them, almost certainly you would guess, both of you, but Brian, you would almost guess certainly, is the ship's ledger. And you can see different sort of marks about like X amount of cargo brought in at a certain time, et cetera, et cetera. So this obviously was a cargo ship at some point. The other one, though, is readable by both of you. And it appears to be the captain's log. Stardate, no, not Stardate, but it does appear to be the captain's log. And it's written in common. It is grim reading. It details the ship's last voyage, and it includes an account of a terrible storm that threw the Emperor of the Waves off course and separated it from its escort. Running low on food and drinkable water, the ship was forced to drop anchor off an uncharted island. And the last entry describes an attack by orcs that fought alongside goblins and monstrous vermin. And according to this entry, although the crew had fended off this initial attack, they suffered heavy casualties. The last few sentences of the last entry records the captain's fear that this attack might have been the precursor to an even larger assault. The last word says, "They are on the," and then it's cut off.
Dun dun dun.
I had that on my horror experience bingo card, by the way. Last entry of a diary cut off.
They are coming.
Yeah. Day
Itchy,
1, everything's
tasty.
fine, but we found a strange creature in the ocean. Day 2, Bob's been poking the creature with a stick. Day 4, the creature has escaped. Day 5, if you are reading this, we are already dead.
Day 5, my stick is gone. Day 6.
Day 4, Bob died. Day
Castle
7, Bob's
Og.
I love it. I
Yeah,
love
exactly, KP. Wait to Castle Og. There's no such thing as Castle Og.
back. This makes for some pretty
it.
grim
KP
reading. Oh,
knows. KP
actually,
knows.
there is something more that I would like to do. The Ettercap with the mushrooms and stuff. Oh no, hang on, that was a different thing, wasn't it? We've had Ettercaps and the corpse mushrooms. Never mind.
Yeah, you don't see any mushrooms here.
Not yet, anyway.
God.
Wait till we get to the cargo hold. Hold your breath.
Spores.
I detected something faintly, possibly magical deeper in the ship, but well, that's the welcoming party.
Was there anything in these piles of trash that I can find? Because I searched over here.
Yeah, not so much. The rest of this, what you see, is mostly just scraps of rotting wood. If there was any kind of foodstuffs here, it's long since been eaten. Lots of webs, though. And again, there are these humanoid skulls around this altar. But again, the stone...
I'm not going near that.
The stone altar, as I say, is definitely made of different material than anything else in this room. And up to this point, although you haven't been through much of the ship yet, anything else on the ship, you would say so far.
You wouldn't usually find stone structures on a ship anyway, so
It's true.
fairly strange.
It's not good for floating stone. It was very quickly arrived on during the history of boat building that you shouldn't make them out of stone.
I haven't heard that in all of my extensive piracy, but I will take your word.
That's because the ones that made them out of stone sank.
The floating stones.
Mother will look down the stairs with his goggles of. Oh, is it the goggles of night? My night vision.
Goggles of insane night vision.
Yes, that was it. The goggles of night.
Sam Fisher goggles.
Yep. So I just want to look down the stairs with those on to see if I can see anything in the gloom.
Yes, you can see, and I'm actually going to reveal a little bit down here. This is the lower deck, and I don't know if you can see over that too. I'll try to highlight it right here. So there's the lower deck, and you think you can just see at the bottom of this. There's a stench coming from down here. You can see what looks like maybe... You think maybe you see a flash of like metal of some kind down below at the bottom of the stairs against the wall, like hanging on the wall. But there's also this smell of what clearly is something like rotting meat down there.
Oh, proper reeks down there. Looks like there's a corner at the bottom. I don't know. We've only got a limited amount of time before Shield Toad needs a rest. It's a pat on my shoulder. It was. I'm going to venture downstairs since everyone seems to be just poking garbage at the moment.
I follow Mothwell and say,
Evil round every corner. Careful not to step in any.
I think we wouldn't notice at this point, looking at our spider bits all over our feet.
And your Elven's also a hip deep in garbage.
Hey, well, we never claimed we were classy now, did we?
I'm going to hold my breath and go down with them.
Bit.
I will reveal then that in this room, which is in this lower deck, so you can move yourselves over here. Judging from the oh yeah, go ahead and move yourself down to the bottom of the stairs. So you see where you are.
Check for traps on the way down. Just
Sure.
To be safe.
Go ahead and make an investigation check as you go.
Sounds very clever.
Well, the ghost ship became a spider ship, so all bets are off.
Oh yeah.
How was it? Investigation. 20.
You don't think there's anything. There's a lot of rotting stuff and like rotting food, rotting wood, a lot of incredibly damp areas that doesn't look like there are any traps down here that you can tell on these stairs. But when you arrive down at the bottom of this stairs, you all can see who come down. That judging from the stove along one wall of this room, this was once the galley. And now the area is cluttered with bones and debris. There are badly damaged metal knives and other cookware hanging from hooks in the ceiling. One of those is the one that you saw gleaming from the top of the stairs, Morthwill. And the choking stench of rotting flesh fills the air. There is a stairway leading up near the stern. That's what you're there right now. There are tiny spiders crawling over everything. And in particular, as you look over, you can see what at first looks like a pile of rotten meat and bones. But as you look even from this distance, those of you at the bottom of the stairs, as these spiders crawl over things, you can also see that crawling over them, these creatures, it's crawling over, like little bits of meat, but also bones. They are bones that are too large to be any kind of normal creature. If you had to guess, these were bones of some humanoid, and there are still a couple of little scraps of meat on them. And that's what we're going to call our session for the evening. I am really sorry, because I was having a blast with all of you, that we can't go longer, but I did promise that we would stop at this time. That spider fight did go a little bit longer than, well, I thought it would be. I knew it would be a tough fight because of the location and how these things worked. There's always a difference in some of these. Sometimes there's more combat, sometimes there's less. This was definitely on the more variety, but the party has now gathered some very valuable information, which is that there is, in fact, there's a ghost ship thing with spiders maybe, and the party is going to have to think about all of that when it continues its salvage operation. I'm super excited to see how that all goes down. I will start with Ananda at the bottom. Oh man, Ananda, sometimes you're meant to be the hammer, and sometimes you're meant to be the nail. And here you were being the nail as you were getting destroyed. Listen, you absorbed a lot of damage before Morthwill could get the shield thing going. At which point things got a lot easier. But it was just sort of location, and the fact that they webbed you to the altar didn't help. So you were kind of in a tough spot to begin with, but you did manage to land some very good hits. You did manage to get out of that restraint pretty quickly. And because you absorbed all that damage, it meant the rest of your party was in much better shape than you were. I do want to remind the party next time, by the way, Brian probably needs to be healed a little bit too. But in any case, how did you feel about today's session? Where will the fine folks find you next?
I mean, Brian started out the session in tip-top, perfect shape. She's not quite there now. However, I think that the addles of combat need to be mitigated by the fact that the hits that she took meant that her teammates didn't have to.
Yeah,
and she's happy with that.
Exactly.
I loved it. I always love it. I'm so sorry for having to dash out a few times this evening for Puppy. But yeah, it's always a boatload of fun, and I'm gonna do it anyway, so apologies in advance. But we are gonna have 2 sessions this month.
Yep.
Just to make up for the fact that we didn't have a session last month. So I'm really looking forward to the next one. And well, she is a pirate, so this is like her wheelhouse, and the fact that she's so low on health will not sit well, but we'll make it back next time. In the meantime, you'll find me over on my own channel. I've been playing a bit of Subnautica. I have just, seeing as it's been released on GOG, started playing God of War. And in fact, can I grab it now? 1 second. My eldest son, having seen me play God of War on GOG, decided that I needed to display this.
Oh, there you go.
When I play God of War next time. So that's to be confirmed.
Nice.
In the meantime, thank you so much. And yeah, I've had an absolute blast. Look forward to the next session.
Awesome, Ananda. Thank you. And good luck with everything. Moving right on up the line. Of course, Mike Silva was in kind of an interesting spot where there were, you did get the mind sliver in. There were some crossbow shots that happened, and then a lot of it was sort of trying to smash spiders underneath your feet as they were sort of crawling around. This was not the most delightful experience, I imagine, for Silva, but you did manage to kind of gather some information and get even a sack of items. Who knows what the sack actually is, but some of those things. So you got all of that, and of course you'll have to see how much this measures up to the aforementioned dream we discussed. How did you feel about today's session? Where will the fine folks find you next?
Oh, how did I feel about today's session? I absolutely loved it. I always love it. And it's been fantastic to come back to Saltmarsh, and it's going to be fantastic to come back to Talisman. It's going to be fantastic to just come back to D&D after such an extended break. But you're right. It's a bit difficult with Silvo because I never know how much I, as a player, want to cast all my spells and be the most helpful person I can be. Silvo, as a character, doesn't really know how to do that. So I have to balance that quite well. And I have to think of situations where I can cast spells, but not necessarily him going, I cast Firebolt, because he wouldn't really know how to do that. And I think he needs some time, just a training montage on a cliff near Saltmarsh where he actually tries to learn some of his magic. But it's going to be interesting moving forwards, especially as we're now in the belly of the beast, so to speak. Probably a bit of a bad turn of phrase considering where we are and what's happened to the ship. But anyway, we'll see what happens next time. And speaking of next time, you can catch me next time on Thursday on my own channel where I'm playing through Project Zero on PlayStation 2 because I can actually play games at the moment. I just can't play PC ones. So we're playing through the classic early 2000s horror game where you take photos of ghosts. So yeah, join us for that.
Good stuff. Always a pleasure, Mike. Thank you. I love it, Gladestone. That's good stuff. KP, if I could just recommend, because I'm also a huge Oberdin fan, I would suggest giving Chance of Senar a try. Chance of Senar has just been nominated for Best Game Writing for, I think, either the Hugos or the Nebulas. That along with Dredge, which is the other one, and I've played both of those games. Chance of Senar, I'm pretty sure, is available on GOG, if I'm not mistaken. I think that... Oh, it's not? Oh, shoot. Well... Okay. It's a game that ought to be. I'll just say that. Anyway, I would recommend that if you are interested in Oberdin-ish vibes, it has some similar feeling, not in terms of the setting, but in terms of sort of the gameplay and the sort of satisfaction you get from it. I would suggest taking a look. And then wish list it on GOG and tell them to get it on there as soon as you can, because that'd be good. Thank you, Mike. Good stuff, as always. Not last, but certainly not least. I'll get to last, certainly not least. Second to last, but certainly not least. Saber, great stuff tonight with Morthwell as well. Obviously, the shield thing was very clutch. I don't entirely know what would have happened if, I'm pretty sure Brian would have gone down, for one thing.
I would have died. That's what would have
yeah,
happened.
probably pretty likely. It would have been it would have been difficult because they were just like wailing away on her, and it was good to have the actual shield in place to prevent some of that damage from happening, especially when you could kind of restock at every turn. So that was good stuff. And it does say in the language that it's the best, like you can hold on to the previous temp if you want. That is literally what it says.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great stuff. It was really effective. And you obviously had a couple of hits as well.
I think that's just the temp HP rules. I think that's just the general temp HP rules. If they're replaced from any source, you can choose to take them or not.
Right. That's true. Yeah, so you can kind of restock. Regardless, it was very useful being able to do that as a kind of buffer hit point shield zone. And now you're in a abandoned galley with a bunch of obscure rotting meat and bones. Should be fine. How'd you feel about today's session? Where will the fine folks find you next?
That was like you say, that combat in that tight space with enemies that were very good at sort of pinning you to a location and then wailing on you. Because I didn't do a cannon to start with because I thought there's only a couple of them. And then that first round went down. It's like, I know exactly what's happening next. So but Shield Toad was really, really good. There were some great rolls for the HP there, definitely. Can't let Brian steal all the glory with the good rolls. But yeah, those crits.
Well, I can't believe I just forgot that. That's right. The fact that there were like freaking 5 criticals in a row where just Brian was just like death. Good Lord, the bloodthirsty is right. I should have mentioned that before. Sorry. On you go.
Spider boat with Lolth. Really?
Spider boat. Does whatever a spider boat does.
Guess we'll see what the pile of meat and beyond entails next. But yeah, that's it. Until next time, I'll be back here tomorrow. I'm going to be playing some Alpha Protocol, carrying on with my save from last week of that. So hopefully people can check that out. And if not, I'll be on my channel Thursday with something. I don't know.
Good stuff as always. Very excited to see Saber back here with Talisman and so on later on this month. Thank you, Saber, as always. Last but certainly not least, Pyron, awesome work today as well. Obviously, every time Waves is actually able to get hits off, Waves is going to do some serious damage as a result. I think the fact that we started with a thunderous boom was very effective, just sort of running in. Let me initiate this combat by just being like, I have arrived. It was pretty impressive and also necessary because it meant that you were then able to sort of occupy some attention and somehow avoided being hit ever. I just want to say, like, that was pretty impressive too. Waves was dancing through the swarms, as it were. How'd you feel about today's session? Where will the fine folks find you next?
It was wonderful. I loved it. And I actually didn't know when the good folks will see me next. I've got a few things going on in real life that I need to take care of before I can be on stream again. And but then I'll be back. I mean, latest for Talisman.
Which is going to be good, yeah, and all best and all good wishes, of course, Pi. And good wishes to the entire crew. Amazing stuff. I'm so happy that we're back in the saddle and back exploring a ship, which will not be just spider combat, I promise, coming next time. But, Jack, we get some love for the amazing D&D with GOG folks. Thank you to the amazing and awesome Pyron J, Darksaber 2K, Wholesome Horror Gaming, also known as Peripheral Mike, also known as Mike Smith, and, of course, Inanda. Thank you so much to everybody, and good night, all. I will see you folks soon. Bye for now.
Thank you so much for the session. Good night, all.
Take care, everyone. Thanks,
Bye.
all. Take care.
Miss you. Love you. Bye.
And that is going to do it for us for this evening, folks. I hope you folks enjoyed this as much as I did. I really had such a great time with them. And I'm really glad that we're back in the saddle for this, and we are going to get a couple of sessions of this, plus a session of... Wait a second. Hold on a moment. You stop. That's not time yet. And also, of course, we're going to have a session of Talisman Adventures as well as we move towards the end. In fact, the Ghosts of Saltmarsh thing is going to be interesting in terms of the 2 sessions this month, because once we finish with Talisman Adventures, that's the plan, is we're going to switch over to twice a month on Ghosts of Saltmarsh. So we're going to be doing that soon in a couple of months, but we're not quite there yet because obviously we have some awesome Talisman to finish as well. But if you like what you saw and heard tonight, please make sure to follow us. Please make sure to subscribe to us here on GOG.com. And please consider as well clicking through and checking out our individual channels, because we have our own individual subs and subsystems and all that kind of good stuff as well. Next week, I will be back here for Pen and Pixels playing some more Sovereign Syndicate as I move into the second half of that game. And then the week after that will be Talisman Adventures. The week after that will be Sovereign Syndicate again. And the week after that will be more Ghosts of Saltmarsh. We have 5 Tuesdays this month, so more Tuesdays for your viewing pleasure. And as far as D&D is concerned, if you want some more before that, may I recommend you head over to my channel tomorrow night, where at 9 p.m. Eastern, the Community D&D, group of community members led by Shadowed Mage, one of my longtime mods, is going to be playing more of Waterdeep Dragon Heist. So you'll definitely want to be there for that. Very cool, lighthearted, fun vibe on that one, and that's definitely something you should check out. And then I will be back on my own channel on Saturday. So that's on my channel, hosted by me, although I will not be the one running that game. And then on Saturday, I'll be playing some Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on Thursday. And then Saturday, I'll be back with some Expedition from the Mysterious Peaks, which is a kind of fantasy science fiction mashup. Also more Dungeons and Dragons with that as well. So if you want more tabletop role play, you've come to the right place. As far as what the channel is for that, if you type in !host Gladestone, you will find the link to my channel. You can head over there and follow me, and then you will get all the notifications when I go live on my channel as well. Otherwise, we'll be back here for some more D&D. As I mentioned, Talisman Adventures in 2 weeks, and then Ghosts of Saltmarsh in 4, if I'm not mistaken, which will be at the end of April. So that is going to be a good time. But I am excited to be back in the saddle playing with this group, which is really such a fun crew. It's good times. So I think I've said all I need to say. We will be back here on, let me see. I think we have, let me just confirm. I think Kilgore Trout, yes, Kilgore Trout is going to be on tonight with some Deus Ex. So you'll definitely want to make sure that you stop back for that in a few hours for some Deus Ex. Otherwise, I hope you'll stop by my channel tomorrow night, again 9 p.m. Eastern, for some more D&D, and then Final Fantasy VII on Thursday, and then, as I say, Expedition for the Mysterious Peaks, which is a 5e D&D and Esper Genesis. That's a space tabletop role-playing game mashup. That'll be happening on Saturday, so you'll definitely want to be there for that. Otherwise, I want to really thank my amazing players tonight. Thank you so much. Again, an announcement coming about this group soon. TM. Can't tell you exactly what it is yet, but there is an announcement coming. You will not want to miss it when it happens with this group. It's going to be awesome. So, but thank you to my wonderful players today. Thank you to Pyron Jade. Thank you to Darksaber2K. Thank you to Wholesome Horror Gaming, also known as Peripheral Mike, also known as, I think, well, that's it. Yes, known as Mike Smith. And of course to Inanda. Thank you so much to the entire crew, to the entire group of streamers and players. And thank you to all of you, chat, for being lovely as always. That's it for me. I will see you folks back here next week for episode 419 of Pen and Pixels and Sovereign Syndicate, or back on my channel in the various ways that I have said. Until next time, everyone, please be good to each other. And thanks all. Next Saltmarsh, last Tuesday in April, yes. So make sure that you're here for that as well. That's it for me. Everyone be good to each other, and have a good night.